stopped. I didn't know if I was still going.
I can
But
hear you.
yeah. So what I
Going out this way.
thank you. So what I saw from him is not anything that I didn't see during the fascist era in the 40s in Germany, and everything leading up to that, from the Bolsheviks and everything else moving forward. So what he was doing as his role and his part in white supremacy was to create a narrative and to use
Yes.
statistics in order to justify that.
The Turning Point USA.
Yes, to justify that narrative. And he did that over and over and over again. So he never corrected himself when he was actually proven wrong. I was looking at debates with him and Dean Withers, who completely annihilated him. Any person that he went against that actually was a debater pretty much washed the floor with Charlie Kirk. To be 100% honest, he did very well at forums and schools debating against children, but there's a lot of conscious brothers that I know in the hood, you know what I mean, that's sitting there with their Muslim papers that would have annihilated him on a lot of topics when it came to black people in general. The DEI stuff was laughable, but it's a normal white supremacist trope. Oh, I don't feel like the black person is qualified, et cetera, and so forth. Without having anything that's measurable enough to say that this is the reason why. So my big portion of it, not to be a little bit too long, is that I think that he was using his rhetoric, the way that he was using his rhetoric to justify more of a more fascist, white supremacist ideology in this country.
Yes.
And to my MAGA flood brother, I see you over there. I'm one of those that would love to have that debate and that conversation, and we can talk stats and all that other stuff. So maybe we'll get into having a dialogue to where we can both have understanding. I'll leave it there.
No doubt. All right. Thank you, man. Thank you for that. Appreciate that from all of you guys. Thank you so much. Next question we're going to go to, do you believe his viewpoints was rooted in truth or free thinking? Or were they just harmful and divisive? And why?
Me first?
Anyone can start out. Anyone can grab the floor.
I believe was his truth. That's his belief. And I believe if it hit somebody, because if I watch anything with him and it sound, suspect, it's not going to bother me. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to bother me because I believe I know who I am today. But his truth is his truth. I believe he's speaking from his point of view. I don't know about all that history stuff because I live in the present.
I can honestly say, we all have access to the same information. First of all, so we can all read. Like, statistics are statistics. Numbers don't lie. You understand? You can go and everything that he said, you can go and look it up.
Which number are you speaking of?
Everything he said.
What numbers?
Which number are you speaking of?
Let me finish.
Right.
We all have access to the same information. So whether we interpret it differently or not, I mean, that's on you. But the facts are the facts. Numbers do not lie. And we could talk about any statistic that we could look it up right now. Like, we all have access to AI right now, so we can just look it up and ask the question. Everything that he said was fact. The people that the DEI stuff, I mean, we all understand what he meant by that. You understand? If it's not about black or white.
I don't. Can you please?
It's not about it's not about black. So the DEI stuff. So it's not about black or white. It's not about black or white. It's about competence. It's about competence.
It was for blacks.
No.
No, that's how y'all took it. I believe that's how y'all took it.
No.
That's because that's the victim mentality.
They put it out there.
That's the victim mentality. No, because that's the victim mentality that you have. That's why you took it like that. That's a fact.
Go ahead, brothers.
I'm nobody's victim. So when I heard about that, it didn't even bother me not one bit because I know it's the truth. You understand?
May I interject? Because you made a point about facts.
We are 13% of the country.
Okay, but
13%. Black people are 13%.
That's not accurate either.
White people are 66%.
That's not true.
That's what I'm saying. So
that's not true.
So what I wanted to say is, and I'm going to stay with you. I'm not going to jump all over the place and stay with you. You said that everything that he said was true. All right, so I'll bring to a point where he was on Jubilee. He was debating one of the young people that was there. It was pretty much 20v1. And he actually, and I'll tell you the strategy that he actually invoked in this to prove my earlier point. So what he was saying was, using terms, to make straw man arguments. And he was saying that blacks are 56% of people that are incarcerated, and which inherently means that we actually,
But it's
you
true.
know, we do more crime, et cetera, and
true.
so forth. And what?
True,
No,
you know
that's
That's
all right.
not true.
May I? That's
I
not
thought you
true,
said it.
actually.
I could look
No,
around
no,
and say it's true.
Let
No.
him finish his point. Let him
So,
finish his
and that's
point. All right, let him
and
finish his point
respect,
first.
and I
Go
respect
ahead,
your
Mr.
experience for being in jail and being in Jersey City. My previous background, just to give you a little bit of heads up, I was also a corrections officer here in Hudson County for 6 years, and I'm an information security expert. So when I look at information, you're saying data and stats.
So you
I
should
love
know.
what you said that.
You should
Yeah,
know.
and I'm going to show you. So if you were to go to
If you could-
bop.gov, hold on, brother. If you were to go to bop.gov/about statistics, you would be able to look up the crime statistics. It would be shocking because white people are 57% of the people who commit crimes
Because
and
it's
are
more of
incarcerated in
them.
this.
It's
Yes,
more
what
of
I
them. Yes,
found
per
too.
capita. Per capita. All right. I understand where you're coming from. Per capita.
no.
I
But
found
you gotta
57%.
That wasn't the argument.
Yes.
No. That was not the argument that was being made there. All right. He had misrepresented statistics, and that's in
Yes.
that
Okay,
instance.
okay.
what statistics
To
did he
make a
misrepresent?
point.
What
That's what I'm saying.
43% blacks, 57% whites.
Okay,
Yeah,
and what's
and that's-
the
so you gotta
beef?
remember. So you
What's
gotta
the
remember.
beef?
And listen,
He got the numbers wrong, so he
What
might
I'm
got
saying
the
is-
numbers wrong. But what's the beef?
And
It ain't no
please
beef.
allow me to
It's the way
explain
he
it to you.
say it.
No, it's not even the way that he said it. For one,
just said
there's
it
an
says it right
intent
here.
for being
Whites are
It's the
factual.
agenda
52%
he's
of the
pushing.
population. All right. Okay.
He's prejudiced.
Black-
You just said
He's
66.
very prejudiced.
You just said 66,
I'm
and
just
and
curious.
that's
No.
not a problem.
I'm talking about. No. I'm not talking about the prison rate. I'm talking
I know.
about as far as in America.
You
In
said
America,
66.
it's more.
That's what you
We
said.
are 14%. Black people are 14%. White people are 63%. It's
Oh,
more.
I never
of them.
finished my point.
It's more of
I
them.
never finished my point. So
But
what
you're
I
saying,
was-
you said no, hold up, because you're saying, oh, he's just talking about black and white.
Right now,
and
listen,
No.
I'm
I gave you a
from the
specific
beginning.
instant.
Hold up.
I give you a specific instant.
Hold up. From the beginning, we want to let people finish their points.
Yeah.
Okay, let's so we have a conversation. This
It's
is a
6 times
conversation,
higher.
right? So let him finish
But
his
it- but I'm
point.
saying- this
and
is-
we're
this-
gonna
this-
get
but it's
right
6
to
times
flow,
higher.
right?
It's 6 times higher because it's more of us doing it per capita as far as the white people, because it's more of them. Like the numbers are gonna be inflated like that.
That's not an inflation of numbers. That's the actual data.
And if the numbers are that crazy, then that means that we do far more crime than white people. And that's just a fact. That's just because the numbers
That
are
would be
so different.
statistically impossible.
It's 66%. White people
Yeah.
are 66% of the country. Black people are 14% of the country. 66%, 14%.
They're
Flood,
not
we are
66%
not
of the country.
Flood, that 14% is wrong.
Yeah,
Hold
and
on,
they're not skewed statistics.
What is the
What I
percentage
was saying was
between white people and black people?
It's
in
not
Rush-
just 14% for
Your brother
blacks.
Rush,
No, it's not.
Did we go
I
on?
was trying. I was trying. And I think this is pretty much what happens typically when you confront anyone with an opposing view, specifically from that side of the aisle. There's really no coming together actually here. So I was.
It's not about, but see, that's the thing. It's not about the aisle.
Proving it right.
It's not right or wrong.
I'm
Common sense.
literally proving it as you're
Let him
proving
finish
it
the point.
as I bring it up. So
Black Americans make up roughly 14%.
Brother, you said that.
Right. All right. Okay. So that's the. But I'm just saying. You said that was
He's still
wrong.
speaking. He's still speaking. Let him
But let him
finish.
speak though.
Yeah,
He's still speaking. Let him finish.
Yeah, let him get it out.
I'm gonna let him finish, but he said I'm wrong about what I'm saying. I made a point.
All right, this way you can get yours out when you speak, okay? So just let him get it off first. All
I
right?
apologize, brother.
no, it's all good. Like I said, I'm here for spirited debate. It's not an
Yeah,
issue.
let's
So
go.
all right. So what I'm saying is, and I'm saying specifically to the point that I brought up, you had mentioned that he was not inaccurate. I brought up a situation in which he was inaccurate. And what I'm saying is the reason for his inaccuracy is because if you use a straw man argument like this, then you're able to dictate something that follows. And what followed behind this was that blacks are inherently, we have a culture, which is something that he pushes. We have
It's
a
true.
culture of violence, etc. And so, bro,
come
you
on,
got to
man.
let me finish because
You worked at Kearney. But I'm just saying, you worked at Kearney. Who was locked up at Kearney? White people or black people?
Door.
who was locked up. I do not believe
you
that.
was a CO. You was a CO in there.
I do not believe that.
In there. It was more black people than white people. Keep it 100. Keep it real. Just be honest, dude.
Yeah.
So what are we saying here, dude? It's the truth. It's just we just mad because
that's not
it's
a
true. He's mad
representation
because
of a.
he's saying it. That's why. If a black person said the same shit, nobody would get mad. It's because he was white. That's racism.
You think that
It ain't
Floyd, you think
66 though.
that people are mad because he's speaking about it because he's white?
That's the only reason why people get mad.
Yes,
Niggas say
I
it.
No.
That's reverse racism.
No.
If a black person said that to y'all,
Hey,
if my
Floyd,
mother, hold up,
it's
hold
always-
up. If my mother said that, if my mother said that to y'all, wait a
He
second,
was
wait a second.
inaccurate.
But you know what
All
though?
right, you
That's
move
not
on.
his
You got
job
to
to hold
argue about
nobody's
this because
hand.
it's funny as
It's not his
hell.
job.
Wait.
It's not his job. It's not his job to hold anybody's hand. We all grown
And
adults.
he's not holding nobody's
Understand?
hands. What he was
You don't
doing,
have to hold
he was
nobody's hand.
he was spreading rhetoric, and you
It's
know
not
it.
rhetoric. It's not rhetoric.
What is
It's the
it?
truth. It's the truth.
Ain't
If my
no
mother had
truth,
said the
Floyd.
same thing, if my mother said the same thing to y'all,
Your
nobody
mother
would say
would never
nothing.
say
They
that.
would respect
Your
it.
mother
Yes,
would
she,
never
Your
down
mother
no
would be
black
wrong,
person,
too.
Floyd.
it's not about downing. It's not so telling you the truth is downing you. That's the problem. That's the
Right.
problem.
You're
That's the core
labeling it
problem
as
right
the
there.
truth.
You're
labeling
Yes.
it as the truth.
Right.
It's
He's
not the
labeling
truth.
it as the
You're
truth.
Yes.
It
labeling it
ain't
as
the
the
I'm
truth.
labeling it as the truth because
And
it
then you're
is. You
jumping
can't
into
prove
It
me
is
chat
wrong.
not the
GPT
truth, Floyd.
to try to
Well, what are we
justify it.
even proving wrong? What are we even justifying here?
Hold on.
I
hold on.
did try to
Floyd,
Hold on
all
for a
explain what
black
we were
people
proving
is
wrong.
not
Hold on for a
illiterate.
minute.
All
Hold on
black
for a minute.
people
I
is
tried
not
to
Who
prove
said
bad.
that?
All black
Nobody
people
said that.
is not.
Can I
Who
ask a
said that?
question?
Oh,
Can I
pause,
ask one question?
pause.
If this stuff bother black
Please
people
pause.
so much, why don't
Can
you
we
take it and
pause?
turn it around and prove the people that's saying this mess wrong? Why don't we as a whole
Hold on.
prove them right?
Everybody be
Prove them
quiet.
wrong.
Listen.
Why do we have to prove
listen.
anything to
Everybody,
anyone?
everybody
Everything you're
listen.
saying
Can
would
you
make
hear
us
me?
better.
Oh, well, show
Can
them.
we
Yeah,
make
I
us
hear
better
you.
people?
I
It's
can
not
hear
a
you,
black and
Dave.
white thing. You man, white people.
All
Take
right,
it.
I
You
need
take it.
everybody to be quiet for a minute.
Dave,
Everybody
Dave.
be quiet for a minute. When I speak, I need y'all all to shut it down. Thank you. I appreciate it. I want to hear from Alicia. What do you have to say about the topic, Alicia?
I'm just saying,
that they're
if they
on right
feel
now.
so harmed, so hurt, like she said, he put them black people down and all this stuff. Why don't we get to the real nitty gritty of this thing and understand why somebody could say something that makes you feel messed up? Or,
Oh no, I don't
because
feel
they
messed up.
say
His
something,
words
they
don't
say
bother
bad
Because
me.
they be
stuff.
feeling guilty because it's the guilt. That's
I'm
No.
saying,
the
I
guilt,
don't
yo.
get it.
It's
And you
guilty.
ready to argue about
All
this
right,
thing,
now,
and that man
all right,
is 6
Alicia,
feet
you got that
under.
off. Michelle,
This
let
man
me
is
hear.
dead,
Let me
and y'all
hear
ready
from
to
Michelle.
argue.
Let me hear from Michelle, please.
Listen. No. His words didn't bother me. They were ugly words that he used. And number one, can't nobody belittle me, baby. A white man,
You
Puerto
did.
Rican, black, blue,
Which one is
orange.
You
it?
said it.
Which one is it? Which one exactly? Which one is it?
You
Like you.
said it.
No.
You said
I
that.
said his words. His words. He
You
tried
said
to
he's
belittle black
downing black
people with his
people.
words.
But you said he's
So you
downing
saying
black
do
people.
you
Black
say
people
be
are
rude?
killing
Do you
black
say be
Absolutely.
people.
rude
Which one
because of his
is
Absolutely.
words?
White
worse?
people are killing white people.
Both.
White people
Yeah,
are
but
killing
I'm
white
saying
people. This is
the
proof.
white people ain't
This is proof.
debating what he did. We, the black people, are going, saying
He
he
went
did
at a lot of white
so
people
much
He
too.
debated
wrong.
against
That's
a
a good
white
point.
boy that shut him down.
He
There's
debated
more.
against white
There's
boys all
more
day,
white people.
and they
There's
used
more.
to rip them
Hold up.
apart.
There's more white people on welfare in America than black people. Y'all not paying attention. He
That's
was
true.
talking. See, y'all
That's true.
y'all thinking.
Everybody
Listen to what I'm
from
saying.
my
Listen.
point of view.
This is what I'm trying to tell you
He
is. What I'm
never
trying to
once
tell you
said
is.
that.
It
He never
wasn't
once
about.
said that.
It was not
At
about.
all.
He
It was not about black
implied
or
that
white.
blacks were on
He was
welfare.
speaking.
He never once said that he never said the real statistics that there are more whites on welfare. He never
It's the
once said
truth,
that.
but
You
listen
cannot
to me.
find
But
no
it's obvious. It's
No,
obvious
66.
because
She
it's
did.
more
Because
white
you
people.
come from a
There you
from
go.
a
There you go. There you go. You want to parakeet for somebody else. I
No,
don't
I'm
say
just trying to
it's
tell you.
obvious.
It's gonna
We're
be.
speaking
No,
on the point. No, let's stay on the point. Let's stay on
Are
the
you gonna let
point.
me speak? You're
I
not
don't,
gonna let me
no,
speak.
Michelle.
Because you
you
keep
can't
saying
lie.
it
Stop
again.
the lie.
The fact that white
You
people.
can't
Let
parrot
me
for
get
somebody
that
else.
out.
I don't want to know what he was
From the point.
thinking.
The
I know
fact
he
that
Right
white
on,
people are
Wendell.
66%
That's
of the
right. Not what he was
country.
thinking, but what he was
The
saying.
fact
That's
that
it. Let's
Again,
stay
white
to
people
the
are not
words.
hold up.
66% of the
Let's stay
country.
to the
You don't
words.
have to say it. It's obvious. If
Let's
if
stay
white
to the
people are
words. So let's
66%
stay to the
of the
words.
country,
They
and
are
black
not
people are
66%
14%.
of the country. Stop saying that. You're wrong.
They are. That's right. Tell them. They are not.
They're not 66% of the country. Where do you get
They're
that stat
not.
from?
Flood. They're not. Flood.
Who gives a fuck?
Where do you get that from? He's gonna go for AI, and at the bottom of AI, it always says information is not always accurate. Please check sources.
Absolutely.
It
That's
says
how
that
you
on
follow
every
the
AI, dude.
He's not.
And this
That's
is
what I'm
according
saying,
to the U.S. Census.
That AI,
All right,
I don't
pull up
follow
the
that
U.S.
mess.
Census because I have
The
it right
AI?
here, and if I can share my screen, I can show it to you. That's what I'm saying. You can't do the fake fact stuff with somebody who actually studies data.
He's speaking from a Republican perspective. It
That's
sounds
what
like.
I'm saying. Like, where you gonna go on the Daily Wire?
I'm speaking from a Christian
bro.
perspective. First of all, I'm a Christian first. I follow Jesus first. You understand? I'm an American second.
I respect
I'm
that.
a Republican
I
third.
respect that.
I'm a Republican third. You understand what I'm
I
saying?
know that.
I'm for Christ
I
first.
respect that.
And I
I'm
deal
not
with nothing
Republican
but
nor
truth.
Democrat.
I deal
That's
with
the
nothing but
problem.
truth.
Go
I'm a
back to the
Republican
truth where white people are
because I'm a
66%.
conservative.
Stop letting him.
I'm a
Stop
conservative
letting
because I'm a
him
conservative
rear
and I have
away from his
Christian
stuff.
values.
Go back
that's
to
what
where
that
white
is.
people are 66%.
And at the end of the day,
You said facts.
the Republican Party was created to stop slavery. Let's not forget that a Republican stopped slavery.
It was not
with the
created to
Emancipation
stop.
Proclamation.
Whoa.
Let's
It was
not forget.
not created to
Let's
stop
not forget.
slavery. The Republican Party started after the first president, the founding of the country in 1776. Bro, stop.
And both
Stop.
parties
It
had
was not
slaves.
founded to stop.
me
Now,
ask-
if you want to
let me
say
ask-
the
hold on.
Republican
Hold on
Party
for a minute.
ended slavery,
Okay.
then you can say that, but don't say they started with
Let
that.
me
You're
ask
actually
Phil
That's
a
the problem. We
question
need a
real
Talking
whole
quick.
about
party.
something
Come
totally
on, bro.
different. I don't want to go
Let
to
me
school on
ask Phil
history.
a
bro.
question. Hold on.
I don't want to go to school
Let me
on
ask Phil a
history.
question. Hold on.
That's why I
Let me
Read
ask Phil a
Dark
question.
Bargains,
Hold
bro.
on.
Go read Dark Bargains, bro.
This question is for Phil.
Stop
Phil,
asking
do
AI.
you
That's why our brains is messed up because of history.
the viewpoints? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
Loud
okay.
and clear.
Can y'all hear me?
Loud and
All right,
clear.
cool. All right, good. Now this is for Phil. Do you believe that, were there anything of the viewpoints that you feel, Phil, that you think people misunderstood of my man Kirk's, and what was that? What was that you feel like they misunderstood? I want to hear your breakdown of that. Phil, you still there or he gone?
He's muted.
My fault. I was muted. I muted myself. My fault.
Muted.
Okay,
So,
yeah. I want to know, Phil, from your viewpoint, was there anything in his viewpoints that you think our people misunderstood? And what was that? Because I see that you really strong on your
Thank you for that question.
stance, and I see that people are really
Thank you for that
not
question.
hearing you or against you right now. I want you to be have this moment to specify specifically what was it that you think our people misunderstood about some of the viewpoints that my man had.
So when I met Charlie, the first time I met him, it was awesome. I mean, it was a MAGA event. You understand? So it was it was always going to be like that because that's the way we are. It's about love. We about love. We about everybody. You understand? They welcome me in like I never felt so much love in my life from when I went to a MAGA rally. You understand what I'm saying? We're getting upset because the things that he's saying is actually true. Number one. Number two, it's these are things that can actually better you if you really listen and cut through the noise. See the noise of the racism, the noise of hold on. The noise. If you can cut through the noise,
I'm trying to understand this platform is about letting people express themselves. So
yeah. So
and allow him to express what he's saying fully. Okay. So I want to get the details from you, Flood. What was it that you feel that they misunderstand him on? What was that?
I believe it's everything. I believe everything but the DEI stuff. The DEI stuff. I mean, you know what? I can say, maybe people are more sensitive. You understand? And maybe he did say some things in a way that would offend people. You understand? But it's the truth. And sometimes you have to and black people are strong. That's why I say what I say sometimes, because I know I have to shock y'all to make you understand the truth. Like y'all not gonna understand, and y'all not even gonna hear me if I don't say it in a certain way. Just like if I was just some regular bum on the street, nobody would listen to what I'm saying. But because I have some skin in the game and I actually know these people, you understand? I became a Republican for a reason. You understand? There's not. I didn't just do this because I'm just trying to be different. You understand? It's like I see the shift. I saw the shit. I've been a Democrat my whole life.
I know you've been around the politician thing for a while. I know you're
my whole life, Brain. My whole life,
His
Brain.
name is Willie Floyd, correct?
Yeah, my mother was the councilwoman at large. She was the most powerful black woman in New Jersey. At one point,
made you go from
Is that why
so I understand. And a Democrat, and she would be appalled.
is that why
What made you go from Democrat to Republican?
When I saw the evil after Obama, and I saw the evil that was creeping in, and I saw all the LGBT and all this DEI stuff, and all this transgender, they bothering the kids. I couldn't deal with that. Like something different. Like first of all, I can't. I just can't. Like, how am I supposed to ask my son to look up to a homosexual? How am I supposed to ask my son? You understand what I'm saying?
You agree with him on that?
Nah, I agree with that. Because these are just things that's just natural. Like things that are glorified right now was unheard of 20 years ago. Chicks with dicks. That was like, what? Remember that back in the days? Chicks with dicks on the pornos? Wow. Like, yo, people used to be like, yo, what the fuck? Now it's like, protect them. Yes, and they're the ones perpetuating all the bullshit. They're the ones that shot 2 little girls that was praying in church. Come on, bro. Come on. And the Democrats stand for this shit. This is the shit they prop up.
That's one thing crazy about the Democrats.
I mean, how do you even do it? How you got little kids? How you got pride flags in school? You got transgenders coming, giving
right about that.
rap dances to kids, reading stories to kids. That's crazy. That's
I agree with you on that.
How? How do you even do that? How do you, as a human being, as a person, fuck as a nigga? No, y'all would not let it. You understand? And I'm a nigga, so I can say that.
Dave, you want to add on to that, Days?
Yeah, I agree with him on that with the Democrats because I remember when Obama became the president, they were like, "Oh, we're saved and all this."
And he didn't do nothing for black people.
Nothing. To me personally, he was a puppet. Nothing. I mean, he didn't do anything for black people. That's just my opinion.
He did everything for the gays and the transgenders.
And on top of that, is the fact that Democrats, to me, they like to get at a lot of black people, mostly black single mothers, because they're the ones that will fall for the bullshit. Yeah, give me the welfare, give me the child support. I don't need a man in the house.
Destroy the nuclear family.
But then God loves family. Republicans that are just as evil as Democrats. To me, they both the same. They both are the same. They're not for us. They just have an agenda. And they push their agenda. And when they find a black man that's going to, especially Republicans, they love to find a black man to talk for them. Find a black man to talk so I don't have to say, so I don't get backlash.
Tim Scott.
Who is us?
And that's what they do a lot, the Republicans. So to me, Republicans, Democrats, they both the same. We need to create our own goddamn party.
That's not true. That's absolutely
that is true. Look at all the black conservatives. Look at all the black conservatives right now that you see on YouTube.
I want to hear from Michelle. I want to hear from Michelle real quick. All right, Michelle. Go ahead,
like he said, a Democrat and a Republican, right? There is a difference. There is a difference, especially when you got a Republican that's in leadership, right? And you got a Republican Party that claims they follow the Constitution, and they're allowing this one leader to do anything that he wants to do. They're allowing this one man to do dismantle education, dismantle those funds for them people with disabilities. I'm in healthcare. Dismantle everything. Like, how do you?
They money hungry. Republicans are money hungry.
The healthcare bit is
money hungry. Why?
How
is that when he's trying to lower healthcare prices for black people? You know what Obamacare did? You know what Obamacare did?
Stop it! Because they are ready to mess with Duke. They are ready to mess with Duke, where I work at, and the CEO. Hold on, Phil. Hold on. The CEO is not letting them affect the children that comes to our facility. We have disabled kids, we have autism kids, and then if their health care stop, what about their health? What about their? What you say, Phil?
Let her cook, Phil. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Keep going.
and then you said he's saying the Republicans, this and that. Why are they acting like they scared to death to say no to that man when they all know those bills, that big, beautiful bill, unbelievable.
They all on that
Unbelievable.
Okay, you want him to answer? You want him to answer? You want
Yes,
Phil to
I
answer?
do.
Okay, Phil, answer that, man. Answer that.
You muted.
That was for the illegals. The healthcare stuff, that was all for the illegals. It didn't have anything to do with black people. It did not stop our healthcare or welfare. It was to get all. It was the 20 million that Biden and Kamala Harris, the black lady, let in. You understand that we're taking all the resources and taking jobs from black people. See, the thing is, they want to keep They tried to replace us with them. You understand? And Trump stopped that shit. That's why. Listen, that's why the community. That's why Chicago is $1.8 billion under budget right now because of all the illegals.
Hold on, Phil.
Man.
Now
Obama, a black man. Obama, he deported 3 million.
Regardless, whoever he deported,
and they made actual
he got. Phil, hold on, let me answer. He got a Affordable Care Act for people to get health insurance. Okay, people with disabilities. He never marked them. He never marked them. Your president did. He never called them. Oh, those military people as suckers. Your president did. I'm just saying, Phil.
Suckers. Who did he call? This is not fact. What are you talking about?
That clown in the White House called our military losers and suckers.
Are you? He's the commander-in-chief of the military. Are you crazy, yo? Oh man, yo. Oh, no,
he said that when he was talking about John McCain. He said that when he was talking about John McCain.
John McCain is a sucker.
Military. Look at you.
Look at you.
Went down. Was he in the military? Went down.
Yes, he was. Yes.
The military. Okay, so why is the military?
Because he got captured.
So why is the military? So why did the military get a boom when President Trump got in there? Why did everybody start joining the military when he got in there? If that's the case,
don't believe the hype.
There's pros and cons to both parties.
Don't believe that.
Let me ask the question, y'all.
Some of them wants to come out, but they don't want to get discharged.
We're going to get back on subject. Let's get back on subject. All right. Now, this question is going to.
You got feedback.
Be to.
You got feedback.
A lot of feedback. All right, hold on for a minute.
This is nothing personal.
Yes, I'm glad. We need this.
I want to ask the question. I know there's going to be a little feedback for that. If y'all can hear me, I think somebody got their something on. Somebody else sound is on in their room.
It's echoing.
Black people more than anybody.
It's echoing.
I said, I don't see nobody coming up and down.
Somebody echoing.
Us.
Give me a minute. Okay. Can y'all hear me now? All right. Yeah, everybody said they can hear me now. All right, listen, I had to mute a few people. But listen, the question is going to be, I'm going to go back on the Kirk thing, okay? Because I think we got off that. And I allowed that to go on for a reason to see where everybody at. So now, as far as the man Kirk dying or getting shot, I see some people, I don't want to say celebrate. I want to say more like aha, see, that's good for you type of thing. You know what I mean? Karma or whatever the case may be. I would like for y'all to speak to that. Speak to that part as far as some people actually saying good for you.
Yeah, no, I don't wish death on no one.
That's just horrible.
Yeah, I don't wish death on no one. It's
just horrible, man. For like people say, oh, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Like, but was that any reason for him to get shot in the neck and bleed out in front of his kids? They killed them in front of his babies, man. and his wife. Like that's hard. Like, come on, man. Like he wasn't even.
Yeah, they was watching.
Like he was the
right,
most.
Phil.
Like Charlie.
Yeah, they was watching.
Charlie was surgical with his words. You understand what I'm saying? Like, but that does not give you the right to kill that man like that, and then for y'all to be laughing, saying that, oh,
his words verbatim.
Okay, hold on. Let's get Alicia in there. Go ahead, Alicia. I'm sorry, y'all. Go ahead.
Can I just say something real quick? Because this is cute for me, right? But I just want to say, like, you know, we sitting on this panel and we are giving our thoughts about what happened and Charlie, his reputation and all this other good stuff. And now that he asks a question about how you feel about, you know, him being shot, you know, down and stuff, I feel like this, to be honest, if we can't have a conversation about this man without, you know, he's gone, and we can't have a conversation about him without getting hyped up and all this stuff, something got to be wrong. You know, something got to be wrong somewhere. We ain't got to get hyped up. He did what he did. You know, he did what he did. I'm going to apologize if he offended anybody, but I didn't find any offense. You know, I didn't get offended by nothing that I didn't even follow him. I never followed him until I started reading stuff on Facebook. And then I said, let me go look, you know, and I look all day and you know, I didn't find, I'm telling you know why it didn't bother me? Because I don't put myself in that category, regardless to where I'm at in life. I don't put myself in category. You know, I don't stay caught up in the slave days, because that I empathize with them, but that is not my life today. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I have to keep on going forward, you know, but I cannot, you know, hold anybody talk about, you know, he's wrong. That's his stuff. But there are some good points, and nobody talks about that. He had made some
let me ask you a question,
points.
Alicia. You said there are some good points, and nobody talks about that. Alicia,
okay, I was looking it up. I looked it up, right? When I have it on my Facebook page, when he talked about Juneteenth holiday, how they made it. And I can see how Afro-Americans can get, you know, misconstrued about what he said, because the way he said it and how he, you know, put it into, you know, said Afro-American. Say it again. I can see how we as Afro-Americans, and I include myself because I'm Afro-American, how we can misconstrue and get upset behind it. But it made sense because nobody looked at the one word he said. It was it wasn't massive. Massive mean whole, you know, for black, white. Monolithic. He didn't say white people, but I can pull it up. I was just looking, Say it again.
Monolithic.
Yeah, but I'm saying nobody talked about nothing good, and this is how we do in life. As a human being, I could do 1,000 things good, but one thing I do bad. That's what.
Hold on, you didn't say anything.
It's just like sometimes you don't want to hear. You don't want to hear.
I didn't say anything.
Yeah, please explain.
I said when he talked
about Juneteenth. Please, thank you.
Okay, I can't explain. I'm not as profound as you are, so I'm gonna bring it up to you. Okay, I have it right here.
I'm not asking you to be articulate, Queen. I just really wanted to. You said it was divisive. I want to know what was divisive about what he said about Juneteenth.
I'm gonna play
no rush,
for you.
No rush.
Any demon, an evil person will get mad at what he said.
But so what did he say?
I get it. Everything.
But what did he say? No, specifically about you deal in generalities, brother, because you don't stay on topic. I'm asking specifically. She brought up a point specific about Juneteenth.
I know what you're asking.
I just really just
I
wanted to
can't
clarify
relate
the
it to
argument.
you.
He's talking to Floyd. He's talking to Floyd right now, love.
I was talking to Floyd, love.
He's talking to Floyd right now, love.
You feel me?
Okay, he's talking to Floyd right now. Take your time, sweetie. Take your time.
I'm talking to Floyd. What do you mean?
Because Floyd interjected, said something also. He interjected, said something also. That's
I'm
what
just
that's what he
saying to
said.
anybody. It's not pointing it directed. I'm just saying to anybody. But y'all
Yeah,
go
yeah,
on to the
but
next one,
Got
and
it.
I'm gonna pull
yeah,
it up, and then you come back to me. Okay? Go on to
Go
the
ahead,
next
take
one.
your time, pull it up, and we'll go to
Hey,
the next
Dave.
situation,
Dave,
right?
can I ask you a question, Dave?
But yeah, go
And
ahead,
I want
Michelle.
anyone on the panel to answer me if you can, okay? One thing I want to understand about any person like Charlie Kirk, why do they always have to go down the calendar? February or January, they want to talk about Martin Luther King's birthday, and then June, they want to talk about June 10th. Like, why come when something is behind a black person, they want to find stuff to discuss, to try to snatch it back, criticize it? Do
Because
y'all
they
get
love
what I'm
us.
trying to say?
Because they love us and want to be
May
like us.
may I
Okay.
answer?
Yeah, you in the purple
Martin
shirt,
Luther
not
King.
you.
Martin
Can you
Luther King
answer
was a
me?
Republican, by the way. Martin Luther King was a
Rashid.
Republican, by
I
the way.
got
Everybody
it.
knows
I
that
got it,
Martin
y'all.
Luther King was a
I got it.
Republican.
Yes,
That's
yes,
not
I
news.
know that, but I'm just saying, why come they always want to pick at
No, I got
a
it.
month that is something with Black
Okay.
She
history
found it.
or a black person or
She
you know what
found
I'm
it.
saying?
Okay, y'all. She found.
She found
Okay,
it.
not to cut you off, Michelle.
Okay,
Okay,
She
I'm
found
gonna
it.
put
She
it up
found
to
it. Go
here so
ahead.
y'all can hear
Go
it,
ahead.
and you gotta be quiet. I don't know how it would say. You see the topic, right? Can y'all see it?
no, you gotta read
Tell us the
it.
topic.
You
We
gotta
can't
read
see it
it.
from here.
Charlie Kirk obsessed with Black people being a federal holiday. This is what I don't find what they're saying. You hear me?
That's what I was just talking about. Anything with a black person, a holiday or something, they got something to say all the
Listen,
time.
listen,
Like a
listen. Just
white person,
listen real
they
quick,
want to
sister.
snatch it.
Sis, hold on. Just listen.
Dad,
The first
Dad,
time that this
Dad.
was floated as a federal holiday, I am thankful and proud to say on this program we opposed it. This is not about out of many one. No, it's about a certain skin color now gets their own summertime celebration. The exact same thing that happens before NFL games where they play the Black National Anthem. This recognition of this as a quote-unquote federal holiday comes right out of the 1619 Project. Look who's most excited that this is a federal holiday. And they're not talking about this as a massive celebration. Oh, wow, look how far blacks have come. It has now become a racial complaining day.
No,
Now we have a full day
no.
to...
Was nobody complaining?
The mentality.
White America, this holiday is a wedge, and I put in quotes, holiday is a wedge, used to push for countless destructive policies demanded by BLM. And remember what BLM stands for: burn, loot, and murder.
Word. Facts.
Hold on. Listen, that's what people do, and that's why the debate come on, because y'all gravitate to what ticks in your stomach, hit your stomach. You don't listen to the whole thing.
Triggered.
We were until you
okay,
stopped
let's speak to that.
No,
interjecting.
but I'm
We're gonna listen to the
saying
whole
you.
thing right now.
What happened? What happened,
We're gonna
brother?
speak to that.
What happened,
We
brother?
were
I got a delay. She got a
I was
serious
listening
delay.
to you cut it off. I was listening to you.
We were with, yeah, you cut it off.
Like,
No one
all I'm saying
argued
is,
or anything.
like,
You stopped. You
like,
Okay,
felt
because I thought you
emotional.
was like, no,
Nah.
somebody said
Don't
something.
think.
We was
No one
listening.
said anything.
All right, did you
No one
get
We
said
was
Prince?
listening,
anything.
Leisha. We was listening, Leisha.
Floyd is over there
God
amening.
bless America.
Floyd was over there
Yeah,
God bless
Floyd
America.
amens. That's it. That's it.
God bless
Yeah.
America.
Floyd was over there bullshit.
Say it again.
Floyd was over there amening the dumb shit.
Say it again.
dumb shit is
I can't
true.
hear
The dumb
you.
shit be true though.
Floyd was over there amening to the dumb shit.
If you
Background
just
stand for looting and like, bro, come on, man.
if you
Bro,
just sit,
come on, man.
I wasn't
bro.
planning.
Come on, man.
I wasn't planning.
I don't know what your grade level is.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. Just listen to me.
But that's some dumb shit, bro.
If you
That's some dumb shit, bro.
If you think, all right, so
All right.
look, just step outside of yourself one time. You
I'm not in
understand?
myself. I want
Outside.
Just
Hold on,
open up your
Step
mind.
outside of
Don't
don't
have
need
a
to.
closed
No,
mind.
Listen.
No,
One second.
listen. Don't close
Step
your
outside of
mind to
yourself.
everything.
let's not loosen up our minds. Let's not be fluid with words. Let's
say you're not black or
let's
white.
pick
Hold up,
one
bro.
topic and let's
Just
stick
listen to
to
me.
it.
So
we
say
I
you're
don't
gotta
not
want
speak
white
one at
or
a
black.
time. We gotta
I
speak
don't
one
want
at
to
a time.
interpret. I don't want to interpret what he said. I don't want to interpret what nobody said. I want people to say what they mean.
Average
That's it.
The Democrats,
No, I was saying,
This is what they
I
do.
said something from the beginning. I believe if we just open our minds a little bit and stop being closed mind, and I know I'm throwing a dagger. I'm not doing that.
It's like a veil. It's like a veil.
What's closed-minded? What's closed-minded?
It's because you're looking at everything
you don't
as
want to
a
hear
black person.
nothing positive.
Like,
come out of there.
He's a black person.
Floyd, you let
Look at it as a spirit. Don't look at it as a black person and black, because at the end of the day, skin color is
unless you have a history of persecuting people based off of their skin color. You cannot
but that shit didn't happen to you. You wasn't there, bro.
What are you talking? You don't know my experiences.
You don't know my experiences. Did you pick cotton, nigga? Stop it.
For
one, in the house, nigga.
For one, why? Because of my skin tone? Did you just colorize another black man?
Bro. Come on, now
No.
You act like a white boy. You know, you're versus like.
How am I acting like a white boy?
You wicked, bro.
How am I wicked for? How am I wicked? You literally just colorized me because I didn't agree with your point of view.
Bro, all I'm saying is, don't look at
my mother
the
picked
You always see what I'm saying. He wasn't there. Oh, that's 500 years ago.
I never said anything about slavery. I never said anything about slavery. I never said anything about slavery.
That's what you was.
No. Don't say what other black people. I personally
MAGA fool. MAGA fool. It wasn't 500 years ago. MAGA fool.
And it wasn't 500 years.
440 years.
Goddamn, nigga, it wasn't no fucking 500 years ago. What the fuck is wrong with you, bro?
400 years ago.
Do you hate yourself?
400 something years ago.
Hate the motherfuckers though?
No, I don't even think he doesn't hate himself. I don't think he hates himself.
No, I'm talking about this.
That was ugly. That's all I'm saying.
No, I'm talking about the whole thing, bro.
Brother Supreme says stop speaking when he's trying to speak, guys. Let's respect the platform.
Can y'all hear me? All right, listen, y'all. Y'all notice we're talking about the subject is we're talking about my man Charlie Kirk or Kirk.
Yep. Yes, Kirk.
And
bad that he died, bro.
We sitting here, if you realize how y'all sound, and we're arguing with each other about other things.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. It's a lot that's packed in this. It's a lot that's packed in this. And I just think that people just want y'all to know that. Let me get the phone for 1 second. Let me get the phone for 1 second, please.
Continuously
I
dragging
think if y'all take the politics out and the
Wait, let me get the floor just 1 second, real quick.
Education, history, we can have a conversation.
See.
All right. The rest of the panel hasn't spoken my question yet.
What a leader does. Let's look at a judge. Let's look at a federal judge.
Stay on course. We haven't spoken. The rest of the panel haven't spoken on that question. The rest of the panel haven't spoken on that question.
Listen to the rationality.
Bro, we don't want to hear that.
See, because you don't want to hear rationality.
Bro, you didn't make a point yet. You ramble.
I made a lot of points. You just too dumb.
You ramblers don't say shit.
You dumb as hell to understand. You don't understand. You don't want to understand.
Whoa.
It's on YouTube.
You can't tell me who doesn't want reason, who doesn't want to understand.
We don't have to. Hold on. We just don't have to slurs.
Okay.
We don't have to do slurs at each other. Okay. Let's just respect each other. Let's respect each other. Let's just respect each other.
We just having a conversation. That's
all.
What's disrespect?
It's just a conversation. That's all it is.
Just a convo.
Let me ask another question. Once again, I'm trying to drag it right back to the topic. All right. Do you believe that it's justified for people to basically say the things that they say regarding the death of Charlie Kirk? Do you think it's justified?
No, yes, I do think I do.
Okay,
and you get shot in your neck in front of your kids for the way you think it's right, it's justified.
Let him get it out.
Wow. Phil. His kids wasn't there. They was watching.
Let's go.
You need a hug. All right. So can
everybody, and I'm gonna let Rashid.
That would be nice.
Go ahead and express himself as far as that question is concerned. Let's go, Rashid.
Appreciate you. So, do I feel that way? Absolutely not, and I wouldn't do that. I think that it's just not a part of my character, and I don't think that a good moral person does anything like that. So I just start off from saying there. But what I will say is, if we are talking about Charlie Kirk and I was somebody, I'm not going to say a fan, but I am somebody who followed him because I like to see debates and stuff like that. He was very adamant about the freedoms of speech and the lack thereof when it comes to empathy and being able to still exercise that freedom of speech if you so chose to. If he specifically himself would have liked that to have happened unabridged without any kind of restriction whatsoever. He was a staunch believer in the First Amendment. So I can't go back and say, oh, well, that's wrong, and this, that, and the third, or for people to say this, that, and the third, when I know that the man personally, he's actually not only have supported that ideology, he's also gone and done it himself. He's done the same exact thing and said same rhetoric and have called names on George Floyd and other different people when things have happened to them specifically. And it was his right to do so because he had the right to speak. And we have to respect that. At the end of the day, we are Americans. We should look and be like, all right, well, what are our rights? And if he exercises that, then so be it. So I say the same thing for other people. Do I like it? No. Personally. But do I think that they have the right to do it? Yes, because technically they are American citizens and they have the right to a freedom of speech. And there's nothing wrong with you exercising that, but do so with caution because people react to speech at the same time. So when people come back and they want to do death threats and everything else, understanding that they have the right to speech. Now, they don't have a right to threatening speech, but people are going to get carried away. People are going to do things and these things happen. So at the end of the day, do I feel like they had the right to? Yes, that's it. And I'm only going by the Constitution. So, okay. And he would have said the same thing.
Okay.
That's it.
I like that. I like that. Okay. Wendell, I'm going to unmute you, Wendell, and you go ahead and add on to what you want to say to that, bro.
Can you hear me now?
Yep, I hear you.
Well, similar to what Rashid was saying, the gentleman himself said he don't believe in empathy. He think empathy is a made-up word. So from his mouth he wouldn't want empathy. So I don't feel that for him. And to his own words, he said we need some annual gun deaths. That's his words, rhetoric. We need some annual gun deaths to protect his amendment of guns. So he didn't know he was going to be the walking billboard for it, and he was. So, okay, cool. The Roos came home, you got it, cool. How do I feel? I give zero fucks about him. I'm not gonna say, hey, I'm Christian, and hey, listen, I didn't send nobody to hurt him. I didn't wish no death on him. I didn't ask for it. But what happens, and we all have to live the consequences of our life. I mean, hey, he wanna say my people are so violent and all this. His people killed him. And since they want to call it a political assassination from a gentleman that's not even fucking political, he just had rhetoric and opinion. Then okay, now his party killed him because I'm sure it's a card carrying fucking Republican that shot the fuck out of him. So his people killed him, his color killed him, his race killed him, his whole rhetoric killed him. So why would I give a fuck about that?
Okay, I see your point. I hear your perspective. Who want to go next on that? Raise your hand real quick. The first one, raise the hand. Okay, Michelle. Go ahead, Michelle.
I feel everything what Wendell's saying. I feel everything what Wendell's saying. Truthfully speaking, and it's like a white guy got killed by a white guy. Now what? You know what I'm saying? Just like it's white on white crimes, it's black on black crimes too. Right. Like if they could just stop the race shit, we would be okay. But they can't. They was taught that mess. I firmly believe they was taught to be racist, or to say racist slurs, or to say something about another culture, Latino, black, purple, orange. It's like division is here.
You don't think every race say something about every race?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Who else want to speak on that? Okay. All right. Alicia, I'm about to bring you in, and everybody else. This is how we're going to have order, I see, because we can't talk at the same time. It's impossible. All right, Alicia, go ahead.
Quickly, I'm just gonna say, I could never imagine someone getting killed because of words, man. I could never imagine that because of words, man.
That's deep.
People have did more harm to people physically, and they still didn't get shot in the neck. But I'm saying for me, I ain't talking about Rashid, Wendell, MAGA, or Michelle. I'm talking about for me.
I got you.
And from my point of view, nobody deserves that. Nobody deserves, because of words or their thoughts or their belief or whatever. You have choices in this world today. Back in that time, back there before my time, they ain't have no choices. So I don't classify myself in that time. I empathize with that. But I'm in a new wave today. Nobody deserves that.
Okay.
Regardless of color. Regardless.
Okay.
Now, I ain't going to go there. I ain't going to base my opinion on that. Nobody deserves that. Nobody deserves that.
Let me go to
and
the
that
next
man
question,
has
okay?
little small kids
Right.
in a right. What if that was, put yourself in that place? That's all.
That's a good
and
point.
if you still feel that way, then you got to ask yourself some questions.
It's a good point, Alicia.
That's
good
it.
point. Who's next? Who's next? We talk. All right, who's next? Raise your hand real quick. All right, Phil. All right, Phil. We're gonna do Phil. Hold on for a minute. I'm about to bring you in right now, my brother. All right, Phil. You hear me? Go ahead.
Nobody deserves to die. I mean, some people deserve to die. Yes, they do. But nobody deserves to be killed like that in public. I mean, we understand, people don't like what somebody says. I cannot like, that's just like me going to come shoot one of y'all over something you said that I didn't like. That's crazy. Like if I could, and then for people to laugh about it, that's man, come on, man. You gotta be a weak-minded person to feel like it's okay to kill somebody over something like that. Put it like that. That's just weird. That's satanic. That's pure evil, man. That's pure evil. No, he didn't touch nobody. He didn't shoot at nobody. He didn't steal nothing from nobody. He didn't hurt nobody's family. You understand? Like, there's only a few reasons in this world that I would kill a man. You understand what I'm saying? There's only a couple. You understand? And this is definitely not one of them. And I consider myself a man. You understand? I consider myself a man. So for anybody to say anything else, it's just you're wrong. Period. You're wrong.
I got you. I get you. So I understand your stance on that. Okay. All right, Rashid. I'm gonna let Rashid chime in. Okay. Hold on, Rashid. You muted, Rashid. Hold on. You're muted. All right, there you go. You unmuted, Rashid.
All right. All I was gonna say is, to his sentiment, I agree. But what I'm gonna say is, let's not act surprised though. This is human history, though. You know what I mean? They killed Jesus Christ for words. They killed Malcolm for words, Medgar for words. And if we're talking about Medgar was killed in front of his family. Malcolm X was killed in front of his family as well. We're just finding out just the last week or two ago that the government actively arrested Malcolm X's security team, you know what I mean, before he was killed, the day before he was killed in the Audubon Ballroom. You know what I mean? And we've gotten that to come to light because after, you know what I mean, like years and years of this stuff, we're starting to realize what active role the government played into it. Medgar Evers, like I said before, Fred Hampton was murdered, you know what I mean, by police. You see what I'm saying? For the same thing, just for having the same kind of rhetoric. So in that sense, you know what I mean, I'm going to put Charlie Kirk in that category. It's like, I was like, no one should be killed for words, but the majority of free thinkers have been. You see what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, I will say that he was free enough to actually speak his opinions. I don't think that he was statistically accurate, and I've gone back and forth with that. It is what it is, you know. But at the end of the day, when I look at what happened with the man, he spoke his own truth, and then he ended up dying from it. What I will also say is that these things do typically happen when you are murdered, though. You are murdered by somebody in your group. He was murdered by a Republican child. Not him specifically, but his mother, father, grandparents, and everything else. They were all, yes, they're actually registered Republicans. His family. He's a Mormon kid from the actual city of Utah, and it doesn't matter if it's your folk, skin folk, or not skin folk. At the end of the day, if somebody wants to silence you, that's what they do, and that crosses race lines. And that's what I'm trying to get to at the end of the day. What happened with him was nothing different. It was more graphic, but we watched Kennedy get his head blown off. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. We saw the aftermath of Malcolm. We saw the photos of Martin. You see what I'm saying? So these things have happened. So when people are like, oh my God, this isn't, I'm not shocked and awe because this is what history does. And history does include the time you are in because it's time. This is a part of history. That's all. I'm done, Brother Fly.
Get Wendell in there, okay, before. So I got to get Wendell. Let me get Wendell, then we'll come right back to you, Flood. All right, let me get him out the way real quick. All right, Wendell, let's go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. Well, what I'm, we allowed on. Well, he didn't touch nobody. He didn't do anything. Like a lot of times, the actual orator isn't the problem. The ears that he touched is the problem. As his outcome shows. Donald Trump isn't particularly a problem. He's not going to beat nobody up, but the individual and the hearts and the other the fear that they love to stoke that the white man is losing America does cause a problem. I mean, so when you put this type of propaganda and shit out, yeah, the mouth, just like the pen, is a little more tougher than a fist. It reaches broad, especially when you have this WWW with you. So it reaches a broad brush. I mean, so yes, we should be in our skin and be stronger. That's why we don't do it. We're not up school. We're not shooting the politics. We are. So I mean, like, so for you to say, oh, because we speak passionate when we have conversations, that means that we out there killing. We're not killing. And like, oh well, yeah, well, Chicago has a problem. Floyd said he didn't see a white man coming up and down Jackson. Was he in Utah? Was he in Oklahoma? Was he in Salt Lake? I mean, like, their jails are empty. I mean, black people commit crimes on black people. White people commit. It's a proximity thing. It isn't a race thing. It isn't a number thing. It isn't a semantic thing. It is in your proximity. And yes, no matter where you are, from fucking Gaza to Europe to Egypt, the poor is not going to stay poor. They're going to act the fuck out because nobody wants to be poor. Right. And my brother Rashid, I've been with you all night until you said the Fred Hampton shit in correlation to this. That Fred Hampton said nothing along the lines of that. Now they use pig a little bit, which was shocking and appalling. Oh, they use pig, but they was about building a community. They were adolescent youth that started a whole program. An ambulance was started for them. They was feeding breakfast programs. So so everything that Charlie was saying nobody did, Fred Hampton was doing. And so to put them together in any type of way, for me, I don't like it. You know what I mean? But I love you, my brother. You know what I mean? I'm just saying we have to have an understanding that, hey, just because we don't like something, don't mean that we condone everything. I mean, like, and with this, and so when you asked, I didn't get a chance to speak when you said that he speak truth. Every good orator, every debater, there's going to be a sprinkle of truth amongst the 80% of their bullshit. I mean, that's just how you do a great argument. You know what I mean? That's just how you. So when I say he was a great, he's a great debater. Candace Owens is a great debater. That's all. When Kanye hang around them and try this shit, he end up falling on his face like some of the panel. You know what I mean? Because you have to have an act for that. You have an understanding for it, and not only just passion, but you have to be able to use your words.
Okay.
And, you know what I mean?
All right.
So there was that.
Great point. All right, so now I'm going to grab Flood, because Flood was patient. I got you, Michelle. You already went, remember? So now I'm trying to get around to everybody. All right, so it won't be no clash. All right, so I'm about to unmute Flood once again. Let's go.
I mean,
answer to that what you needed to answer to, far as Rashid and Wendell. because I seen you talking. You was trying to get your point off, but now you got the floor.
Well, first of all, this is what all of us signed up for. This is what Charlie signed up for. This is what Donald Trump signed up for. They signed up for this. Being the president of the United States is the most dangerous job in the world. Straight up. So we know that people like, I've gotten death threats. My mother's gotten death threats. Like, think that phases me? It doesn't phase me. It's just like something that comes with the territory. Like, I ran around listen, I've been exposed to things in my life. You understand? Nobody deserves to get killed like that. For speaking the word. Martin Luther King didn't deserve to die. Malcolm X didn't deserve, and I understand all that. But if you're that weak to let somebody, what somebody says affect you to the point where you wanna do that, I mean, you weak, and that's just what it is. You know, I'm not gonna let nothing someone says to me, or especially if it's about an issue like that. Like if it's something that's directly a threat to me or threat to somebody I love, or you understand? All right, we got a problem. But if it's just because of my ideology or because of your ideology, you want to come and shoot me in fucking public, come on, bro. Especially, and he's telling the truth. I mean, I can see if he was lying up there, blah blah. The man was telling the actual truth. And you know what? Even if he did get some things wrong, his heart was in the space of, I'm trying to help. I'm trying to bring awareness to Satan. Satan is a powerful fucking adversary. You understand? Like, we got to fight hard. We got to say shit to shock you. Black people strong. We're not going to listen to somebody who's like, you think they listen to reverends? You think they listen to pastors? They don't listen to them. I was just talking to one of my mans on the corner of Forest tonight. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I'm glad you said that to me, Phil.
Wow.
I'm talking to Starks. He said, I'm glad you said that. Nobody else would say that to me. I said, I know. I said, this is why I said it. I said, come on, bro. So this is just what it is. And people don't understand. Like, it's like if you would cut through the noise and look at everything as an omnipresent being, look at things through Jesus' eyes. You think Jesus cares about skin color? He does not care about skin color. You understand what I'm saying? And if you really think about it, skin color is nothing but geography. Black people black because we come from the equator. White people white because they above the equator, up in the cold areas. Chinese people, their eyes are squinty because the sun is very fucking bright where they at. So they like this all the time. These are all things that humans have evolved to be. You understand? It's all culture. It's culture. Black people, we got our own culture. White people, they got their own culture. Chinese, they got their own culture. It's not about, you understand? So to hate somebody because of their culture, just by their geographic location, or even just because of their skin color is crazy. It's just that I don't even understand. Like, you have to be retarded to think about that. And if you would cut through the noise, hold on, Preem.
I got you.
And if you would cut through the noise and step out of being black for 1 second and just step into being a light being and say, listen, let me listen to what he's saying. Let me see where I'm getting upset. Let's try to see maybe where he's coming from instead of doing that, because a lot of things that he's saying will actually uplift black people if you really look at it. There's a method to his madness. And like I said, we are strong ass people. We're not going to listen to reason. We got to be shocked into doing the right thing sometimes. That's just the way we are because we're strong. Yeah, and I respect it and I understand it. Maybe some things was maybe too harsh the way he said it, but there's genius in what he was saying. If you really just said, just like Michelle, you said, I listened to a little bit of him and I turned him off because he said something I didn't want to say. You said this. You understand? So that means you didn't sit and listen. If you just sit and listen to it without getting offended and listen, hold up, just let me say, and be objective.
I'm gonna ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Because I tried to ask you earlier.
Talk to me. I'm sorry.
Because I see, I never knew that you met my man.
Kirk. I met him twice.
I never knew you met him.
I met him twice. I met him in New York, and I met him in
I hear your compassion because you've been around him. You've been around.
He was one of ours. He was one of ours, man. He was one of ours, and we really trying to help. That's what I'm saying, bro. We coming from Jesus. We're not coming from a Republican or white man or whatever. We really trying to help because we really care. I'm right here with niggas. You know what I'm saying? And I really care. I love my niggas. You understand? So, you think that I would deal with somebody that's a racist? Come on, what you saying about me?
I want to hear from you.
Like what you saying about my character?
You.
Come on, bro.
I want to hear from you, Flood. At least two of the things, because I kept hearing you say, is the truth. It's the truth of some of the things he's saying. So I want to hear from you, what are two to three things that you feel that's the truth that came from Kirk's mouth?
We need to stop killing each other. We need to get off of welfare and fucking get up and own shit. Number two, and I think that stop acting, this victimhood with the DI. Stop being a victim. That's what he's trying to tell us. Stop being a victim. Stop killing each other. Get off of this government assistance Democrat bullshit and get your own and build an empire. We have the resources and tools to do it. So just do it. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what he was saying. And if you're really listening, this is what he was saying. We are killing each other in the y'all mad that he's saying this, but nobody's talking about the way we kill. 56 people were shot in Chicago. Them little niggas is out there. Come on. It's an epidemic, and we're killing. See, this is what they doing. Jails are privately owned. You understand? The pharmaceutical industry is one of the biggest industries known to man. Actual drugs. It's just you got drugs that make your head hurt, stop hurting. Just like you understand? It's drugs. Right. So they making money off the pharmaceuticals. When you get shot, they send them straight to the hospital. Ambulance people getting paid, nurses getting paid, doctors getting paid. The jails are privately owned. Boom. Now they're getting money with the jail. They're getting money for locking you niggas up. Right? So now what he said, all right, so now you know what? Since Trump gonna come in and fuck our money up, we just gonna kill him. We're going to let Trump kill him. Then we're going to kill two birds with one stone. Like, that's what they doing. Y'all not peeping game. If you listen to the genius and what's going on, you'll understand it is we really trying to help. They really trying to help black people. They really trying to empower us. You understand? It's just we so stuck on this as a black man. You're being a victim because you grew up in the hood. So what?
Okay.
You grow up. Forget about it. It's over. It happened. What you going to do now? That's what I'm trying to say. So a lot of the stuff that he was saying was actually to help black people. Like, he had my boy Kofi Anderson is black. He made the best patriotic song ever. Mr. Red, White, and Blue. Kofi Anderson, look him up. That's my man. You understand what I'm saying? Charlie had him on the show a little while ago, and he was singing it live. So how racist is he? He accepted me. How racist is he? You understand what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. It's just the fact that more white people care about this shit than black people. Like, I respect y'all brothers for even having this discussion, because there ain't too many brothers that actually have this discussion.
I appreciate it.
You understand what I'm saying? And we learn from each other. You understand what I'm saying? Because they're
all right, so we're going to go on.
Both of y'all got great points.
Another question after Michelle. I got another question after Michelle. And I see Rashid keep raising his hand too. I think he want to address something. And then we're going to go into another question that I think that Kirk had brought up, or statements that he brought up that a lot of people are, having controversy over as well. All right. So Michelle, I need you to come on now. Let's see. Let me get you in there. Are you in there? Go ahead.
No, I just want to say one thing, a little bit to what Phil was saying. Phil, did anybody talk about Minnesota, those kids that got killed? Did anybody talk about those two representatives that got killed as much as they talking about this guy Kirk, and he was not even a representative? He wasn't even involved with Congress. He was just someone that with a podcast that full of rhetoric. Anybody talk about them kids got killed in Minnesota? No. Anybody talk about that lady Hortman and her husband got killed? No. They talking all about this man here, Kirk. This is so two-sided. This is so two-sided. Why? Because that was a blue state? Is that why? No, be honest, Phil. Come on, I need some feedback from you guys.
Hold on. Okay, if you want him to answer real quick and just answer that, and that's
and then I'm gonna say good night too, Dave, because 6 o'clock come real fast.
I thank you. I appreciate you. All right, hold on for a minute. Let me get Phil in there.
Yeah, please.
Answer her question, Phil.
So now, and the people that have done this stuff, they all transgender and non-binary. You understand what I'm saying? So hold up. They all transgender and non-binary, mentally insane people that did this. This is one of the main things. They went up in the church. He went up in church and killed 2 little girls praying. Like, come on. That's crazy. That's demonic. That's nothing but a demon. You understand what I'm saying? The senator, hold up. When Ruth Bader Ginsburg died, she hated Trump and was vocal about it.
And
when
she had a reason.
When she died, Trump damn near cried. Why? Because he's a real. You understand what I'm saying? See, the difference is y'all burn shit and blow shit up. We have vigils. We have vigils. We have vigils and we pray. We have prayer. I didn't say he cried. I say he was about to cry. When the journalist, he was getting on Air Force One. When the journalist asked him, say, oh, Ruth Bader Ginsburg just died, he's paused. His face got like he was about to cry. You can see it in his face. Yes, really.
And he want to remove her name?
I saw this tonight. Hold up.
Really?
Hold up. He did not laugh. I saw this tonight. That's a fact. He did not laugh. I saw this on my Instagram timeline. Wait a second.
He wants to remove her name and put his name.
That's
Y'all
business.
heard that?
That's business. He's the president. That's business. He could do that. That's business.
No, he can't.
Okay.
No, he can't.
When she died,
he can do anything he wants to do.
Tell you. But the point is, when she died, he did not laugh. When she died, he did not laugh. When she died, he said, "Damn."
We ain't talking about that. We talking about the
didn't like me. Oh, yeah, we don't want to talk about
him.
that. That's rhetoric. But what I'm saying is, this is the way we think. See, we have a certain ideology over here at MAGA. All right, we all think the same, and we're all on the same page. Make America great again. Make America great again.
A made-up piece of shit.
Make America.
A made-up piece of shit. That's what MAGA is. A made-up piece of shit. And I'm done. Good night. Good night, Dave.
We're going to go to Rashid.
Good night,
Thank y'all for having that little powwow.
MAGA.
Thank you for having that little powwow.
Really, MAGA?
All right, so now we're going to go to Rashid, and then we'll go back to Alicia. Hold on, Rashid. I got you.
Yeah.
All right, Rashid, go ahead.
All right. She kind of threw me off. I'm not even gonna lie, she threw me off. Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me? Can anybody else hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Everybody, all right, cool. Yeah, I was just saying she threw me off. And like I said, I just respect the whole passion behind it. With the whole with regards to Charlie, I think that because I'm a person that actually did listen to him, so I didn't hear a snippet and was like, oh, I don't like him. I literally listened to him because I think honestly you have to be willing to hear what you don't want to hear. You know what I mean? I've read Mein Kampf. You know what I mean? So it's like, I want to know how they think. I want to know what this person thinks like, before I actually condemn them. When it came to, Charlie Kirk, there were things. It was like, these things are not, they're not defensible because as an orator, you're supposed to make sure that your message is actually supposed to be palatable for everybody that receives it. You see what I'm saying? So the shock jock stuff is not going to get everybody, because some people are just going to be filled with the temperament of what you're saying, and they're not going to hear the message of what you're saying. That being said, a lot of what I interpreted from his messaging really just didn't come off as anything else. He made a comment when the DEI thing was going on. That comment was there was no defense for that comment. He said that when I see a black man flying a plane, I think, is he qualified? You see what I'm saying? And the whole thing, there's been nothing to disprove whether or not that man would be qualified or not, with any exception outside of his race. There's nothing to say when I look at that man and I see that he doesn't have a badge that shows he's the seniority pilot, or he didn't have a book in his hand, or I don't see a certification on the wall. That would be different. You're just saying that you saw based off of color, it is what it is. And you might say, well, it's shock jocking just to prove a point about DEI, but black people were not the number one beneficiaries of DEI. White women were the number one beneficiaries of DEI, and other Spanish groups and minorities were beneficiaries of DEI. So when he says stuff like that from people who have historically used this mantra that I have to work twice as hard, they get half as much notice or any kind of recommendation, it's a little bit different when you look at it from that. And then this notion that we need to be saved or something needs to be fixed based off of oh, you got to let me finish. based off of an interpretation of just them alone. You can't look at spots like, I'm like, oh, what about Chicago and the facts that they're killing people? What about the soda? What about the soda? That is a majority black suburb. You see what I'm saying? That has been in existence as long as Tulsa. What about Willingboro, New Jersey? You know how many black places that there are where you don't hear anything about them because they don't get any kind of recognition because they do not have violence or anything else that is associated with black people, quote unquote. So if that's the case, you know what I mean, let's stop this as weird, you know what I mean, just this whole, for one, a monolith, because you said monolithic earlier. We're not a monolith. We're not all killing each other. You see what I'm saying? And at the same rate, black people, for the most part, we've been between 13 to 15% of the population for decades. See what I'm saying? So we're replenishing and having new babies and doing things. We're having record numbers of black people going to college. We're having record numbers of black women going to colleges and starting businesses. We have record numbers of GDP. We're probably the 13th richest country, if we were a country by ourselves, in the world. You see what I'm saying? It's not like we're not accomplished, not like we don't dominate culture throughout the world, because we dominate culture throughout the world. We're not just everything's wrong and that's not. So when you get an outsider outside of our community just harping on the things that we talk about in private, you're not going to get any pat on the back and an invite to a cookout. That's kind of really where I'm coming from. I don't need to hear anything from Charlie when it comes to black people, because I want to hear some of those other good things too. But Brother Flood, what I think you should have taken advantage of is talking about, you know, pretty much just the Black Leadership Summit that he had in Washington, D.C. You know what I mean? Through his organization. You should have talked more about that because they focus more on black business and et cetera and so forth. That would have been your argument to say that he actually cares about. But I think his rhetoric fed more to the MAGA base than anything else. And maybe he did some other things on a back end that might have benefited any other organization as it benefits Americans. But overall, in general, his message was not to us. And that's where the inaccuracies come from. That's my opinion. That's all I'm saying.
Right. Okay. We're going to go right to our girl.
Real quick. Oh, Brother Supreme. I was not comparing him to Fred Hampton, brother. Brother Wendell had to circle back. But what I meant was, as an orator, people who speak, you know what I mean? You put yourself in a position, you know what I mean, to be center stage. Someone could take a shot at you at center stage. You see that's all I meant to say. And that anybody that stands out and they're isolated in that in speaking, people are going to find some kind of adverse whatever for what you say, and they'll take shots at you.
Okay, that's what we here for.
But they're not the same. I don't do it. They're not the same in my opinion.
You know what's some bullshit. I would put my life on the line.
Even with that. Can I answer them, Dave?
Yeah, I just want to say good night. That's all. I want to say good night. This is over my head. It's over my head.
I appreciate you, Alicia. Thank you.
All right, God bless y'all. God, go ahead with the conversation. God bless you.
Hey, love.
The 12 disciples didn't leave Jesus. And why would they put their lives on the line for a lie?
Can I answer Rashid, Dave?
Yeah.
Rashid, when you were saying that when you're orator, you open yourself up, like he wasn't killed by a staunch rival. He wasn't killed by somebody. He was killed by infrastructure. That's
the rival.
Satan.
No.
The enemy, the adversary.
No, what I'm saying is he was killed by infrastructure, which goes against what the same thing Charlie also said, that there is no such thing as systemic racism. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So that right there tell you. Excuse me, can I finish speaking, my brother?
Speak.
That right there lets you know that there is such a thing as systemic racism.
You a victim, huh?
And when they say the trope of when we speak of like, hey, something hurts me or something bothers me, like, oh man, you just begging and crying for help. No, I'm saying, hey, motherfucker, you hit me and it hurt. I'm just saying, hey, you said some bullshit that I don't like, so I'm going to address. No, I'm not. I mean, like, so, and black people need to pull themselves up. You know what I mean? I work. I work. I do my thing. I mean, like
we're not a monolith. I agree. Yeah.
Black people do their thing. And if Tulsa wasn't burned down, if fucking Rosewood wasn't burned down, if Central Park wasn't fucking flooded, if the so it goes on. We everybody knows about redlining. I mean, like, so, and yes, I am my grandfather. I'm in a fucking cotton field every day of my life picking fucking cotton. I do not disown nothing of my lineage. I am all of them, and I bear their burden. I don't understand the mindset.
Post-traumatic slave syndrome is a real thing, by the way.
I don't understand the mindset of everybody that just wants to.
Just trying to take credit for something that happened not to you.
It's not credit.
It didn't happen to you, but it didn't happen to you. You wasn't there. You didn't experience that.
And that's another thing about systemic racism too. And that's why I'm saying you got to expand.
It's the victim mentality.
I hear what you're saying because that's an easy trope when you don't have the thing to go behind it. But let's not get it fucked up.
I'm not a victim.
Slavery was not the only. No, that's fine. But slavery was not the only issue. You see what I'm saying? Slavery follows behind. Hold on. Slavery is followed behind 12 years of Reconstruction, and during that time, black people
happened to black people. Civil rights movement, that shit was bullshit. It made us more dependent. Back in them slavery days, you know that we were better off because we had family.
Slavery?
But then, hold up, and it wasn't exactly slavery. We were getting paid. You understand? It's either be in the wilderness and have to fend for yourself, or live in this big ass mansion and you get food, hot food, hot showers every night.
They lived in the mansion.
You work, or you fucking live in the jungles. Just like they had a lot of that. White people.
You're talking about slavery.
I'm just saying, but it's all been. That's what Kanye went when he said slavery was a choice. Because it was a choice. Listen to what I'm trying to say. Because they got paid. They got paid. You think slaves didn't get paid? My great grandparents were slaves. Like, come on, bro. My family came from Ghana. My great grandfather. We from Mobile, Alabama. So I know about slavery. I know about this whole thing. Families were families back then. The husband went out and worked. My grandfather was the first black sea captain.
What about the ones that was? What about the ones that was?
My grandfather, Israel Lewis, was the first black sea captain in the state of Alabama. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. And he's been heralded and he's been committed. He was a U.S. Navy. He's in the U.S. Navy. Most of my family is military.
As a slave?
So we have, listen to me.
As a slave? No, I just want clarity.
As a slave. As a slave.
Was he a slave?
His father was.
Okay. Because what you were saying, I just want to stay on point sometimes.
Yeah,
slavery.
But they're blaming everything. But what I'm saying is that's the victim mentality. If you do the history, you'll see that, I'm nobody's victim. I don't need to use all this. I don't need to use.
I don't have to be a victim to be able to go back and say
Charlie,
anything about history.
And Charlie did. And
hold on. To speak on the actual fact means that you're a victim. To speak on the actual fact means that you're a victim.
Why would that make?
Actually, no. When you complain about it and use it as a weapon, when you weaponize it,
who did that though? On this call, though,
we're doing it. Black people doing it. We're playing. That's the first thing we go to.
Who did it on this call?
Hold up. Every time something happens, it's racism. Like we the most racist people in the world, bro. We racist to everybody. Like, come on, bro. Come on,
you know what racism is?
Honest, man.
No.
They're in control.
We can't be racist.
Racist hell, bro.
Racism is a system of power. When you leverage power,
when they have power, and they're leveraging power. Yeah,
we don't have.
We don't have the power.
So we can't be racist.
The power that we have is autonomous. That God is.
You can say we're bigoted, but you can't say we're racist.
God gave us.
We don't have the potential to be racist.
God gave us the power. God gave us the power. You understand? He gave us autonomy over our own selves. You understand? So it's actually offensive for a white man to have to come in and tell us how to live and how to live. It's offensive. You understand?
That's why a lot of us feel offended by Charlie
Kirk. But you know what though? If you would cut through the noise, and stop looking at everything like as you know, as a black man, just look at it as a being, as one of God's children. Like say we're all brothers. It would be different because if a black man that was astute, that was some high scholar black people, if Obama said that to y'all, Obama said shit that was worse, and he didn't, and he said it.
I can't hear Dave.
So I can hear you, Wendell.
It's just, you know, I have no problem with you saying no man should have to get killed over his ideology. That's wrong. But it's what we signed up for. It's what we're here for. You understand? Nobody's scared.
Anybody that takes that podium knows that that's a possibility.
But what I'm saying is nobody should be like, you know, saying like, oh, but nobody should be cheering that a man got killed. Like if we was cheering for Martin Luther King dying, if white people was cheering, like, yo, it would be uproar about it. Like it wouldn't be right. If somebody was cheering for you, if somebody was cheering,
whoa, they did.
But was it right? But was it right?
Same thing? Yeah.
But was it right?
Yeah, they definitely
was it right? Was it right?
No.
Was it right? It's not right. No. It's just not right for you. No. So you can do it. He has a constitutional right. He has the
hold on, brother.
You have a constitutional right to yell at him.
What I'm saying is you can't generalize that because
people have the constitutional right.
No one on the call espoused
right to laugh at him. Yeah. You understand? You have the constitutional right to laugh at him. You have the right, but morally, as a human being, it's not right. You would be upset if that was happening to you, or if it happened to your family. And because of something that you said, but what I'm saying is, no, by anyone's standards, if you said something that I don't like, I'm not going to kill you for it. It just doesn't make sense. You understand? That's just not. It's your ideology. The way you think is the way you think. You understand? I'm not that weak-minded to be upset with you that much. That I want to hurt you physically. That's not cool. And I understand that I'm not a monolith. Everybody's different. Everybody's different. Exactly. Yeah. And we got some people that are mentally unstable and just plain old evil, bro. You understand? Evil people. Like you, a man like you would not do that to somebody. You would not shoot somebody. You understand? Like I can see who you are as a man. And I can tell that there's only a couple reasons why you would have to kill a man. And nobody wants to have to do that. But you will. Yeah, it's the difference between being harmless and peaceful. Peaceful is a choice. Harmless is that you just won't hurt nobody. You just won't hurt a fly. But peaceful is a decision. You understand? We're peaceful people. You understand? Because it can get ugly, very ugly. But you'd rather not do that. You understand what I'm saying? But so it's like you understand. It's just like, but you look at things too much as a black man. If you just look at it as a man, I'm a man. Fuck black, fuck white, fuck my culture. It's the framing. It's the framing. No, it's the framing. And on top of that, it's the media too, because the media always puts its spin on it, and it makes people, if they frame it in a certain way and they say certain things.
You gotta give space for people to talk back.
Yeah, true.
You gotta get
a lot of information.
Right. So what I'm saying is, and I get you. And here's the whole thing. Not only do I want to receive it, but I want to make sure that I reciprocate.
Facts.
Right? I want to make sure that I give it back to you.
Facts.
I just want to say one thing. I am, instead of like, oh, you got to stop looking at it from, I take pride in this black. Yes, it's a social construct.
Exactly, it is.
Black is my culture.
But we're American.
Pride
we live in America, though.
You got to let me finish. And I am a proud American.
But
I take pride in my culture.
All right,
because my culture came from slavery.
It's our culture.
It was able to amass everything else. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. I know what we were able to do.
But we shouldn't weaponize it. We shouldn't weaponize it.
Again, that's not what I'm saying.
We shouldn't weaponize it.
Again, you got to let me finish. Again, and here's the whole thing. I agree with you. I don't think that we should weaponize those things, but I don't think that you ever shy from being able to speak to truth. You know what I mean? That is what it is. Speaking truth to power is what it is. Because power concedes nothing without demand. See what I'm saying? And that's not me, you know what I mean? That's Frederick Douglass, but still no. That's the way that we have to come at these things. Right. There are a lot of systemic issues that have happened in the past that have negatively impacted Black people to this day. When we're like, oh, well, slavery, all right, I'm not just sitting on slavery. Redlining officially ended in 1978. My sister was alive. You see what I'm saying? My mom was already here, and you know what I mean? It is what it is. And the effects of it also created racial zones. So Black people living in the projects, you see what I'm saying? They just now started to tear those institutions down because they grouped a whole bunch of poor people together and they had no one else to learn from. So all they could do is take from each other. And it was a systemic issue that happened. And we'll say, I love Lafayette, I love Booker T, but let's not forget why these institutions were put in place. They were systemic. So if I have a conversation, and this is why I think where Charlie did going to colleges is talking to a bunch of kids who can't properly articulate those things. He's not going to be able to understand why someone is like, yes, that this isn't a part of Black. Hold on. This isn't a part of Black culture. This is a part of poverty, which you can see demonstrated anywhere in the world. Wherever there's poverty, there's violence. Ghetto is a Jewish word. was created, you know what I mean, when in World War II, where they actually put everybody all together in one place and limited the resources, which is what happened in Black communities in my lifetime. So we can't say that there's no systemic issues. Yeah, and what I'm saying is
we're doing it.
Well, what I'm saying is also we're put in this microcosm of fuckery, and then we entertain fuckery, and we're like, oh, well, we had nothing to do with it. You guys are doing it to yourself. It's like, whoa. Black people don't bring, regardless of American.
We ain't got to, just like Nino Brown said it best, we ain't got the plane to fly that shit in.
We ain't got it. We don't bring that shit in. We don't do it all at some point or another, and we realize that they're redacting that fact that we have government. We have the government participation with that. We're starting to see that now. We're starting to see all these issues now. So it's not like, oh, well, we can't say that they're not systemic. Charlie didn't speak to any of the things that I talked about. And I'm not saying we sit there and be like, oh, well, we're victims. What I'm saying is, if I tell you that I am in this state because, you know, someone else tripped me, you can't say, why do you have a limp? You should be able to do better for yourself. I'm just addressing the fact that I was tripped. I still have to get up. You're absolutely right.
I understand that.
As Martin Luther King said, don't tell a bootless man to strap his boots up and stand on his own. Especially when white people have gotten affirmative action from the GI Bill and expansion and Western expansion the entire way through.
My father was head of desegregation for the Jersey City Board of Education. My father. Was the director of desegregation
during your lifetime, right?
I was born in 78.
Systemic racism that is still negatively impacting our kids.
But they was all doing
the majority
good.
of our kids.
My pops was doing good though. He was a singer. He hung out with Marvin Gaye.
Individual agency, because he had that. But what we can't do, we can't look at one propped up, because that's the same thing with sports. LeBron is a millionaire.
Jackson,
so
Bobby Jackson, Mr. Stevens, Elnado Webster III.
Respect
we got
to
Mike
them.
Harris. We got Michael Harris.
What was the percentage of those black
Bobby
men?
Jackson.
Yes.
We got Glenn Cunningham.
Willie Mays.
What are you talking about?
Willie Mays.
I got a question.
Willie Mays.
It was the same thing. Willie Floyd.
I got a question.
I respect that though.
I'll let y'all cook.
Dialogue.
Willie Floyd.
I got a question.
Mommy.
Respect.
I got a question.
Go ahead, Brother Supreme.
The question is, I just let y'all cook. I just want to try to get it out. You know what I mean?
I got a call, and I couldn't hear a bunch of it. So my apologies.
I want to get with you.
I couldn't hear a bunch of it. I had to log back in, and I don't even know how to turn my camera back around. So you know,
I got a question. If I got a question to everybody, this is going to be for everybody, so anybody can just jump in and answer. If Charlie lived, if he continued to live, I think he was in his 30s, maybe 30 tops.
31.
Yeah.
All right, so if he would continue to live, would he change how Black people in the community? Do you think he would change how they viewed him?
Because we would have got so angry. We would have got so angry till we would have had no choice to do it, and that's the whole purpose. That's the method with the madness, to make us angry enough to just say fuck it and just go do it.
Whether people believe it or not, Charlie Kirk was literally on his way to presidency.
He was going to be
don't get it messed up. Do not get it messed up. So at some point or another, he would have tried to placate. You know what I mean?
If he had to, he would have. I don't think he wanted to do it.
To backpedal his rhetoric, because his rhetoric for our community specifically, whether whether you feel that it's true or not, it's divisive to our community the way that we internalize it.
The way he
regardless of anything,
it
doesn't. So he was on track. Well, it does if you want. It does if you want. It does if you want political part. But it does if you want political.
We're not trying to be political.
Dave, we're
trying to just be people that love people.
I'm going to answer your question.
We're working for the Lord, bro.
When Dell said he's going to answer the question. Let's go.
I'm going to answer your question.
Mm-hmm.
No. Nothing he said had a plan nor agenda. Nothing he said was even remotely inclusive. So, but what I am going to say is, I can see with the climate and everything. Yes. I don't know about president. It's a damn good chance, but a great hierarchy in a political field. Just, you know what I mean? Hey, You see what their numbers are. You see the game that they play.
But it wasn't just politics, man. We work for God. You keep saying politics, bro. We work for God, bro. We don't work for politicians. We don't work for politics. It's just that controls the world.
Sir, I didn't cut you off.
Politics controls the world.
Sir, I didn't cut
politics
you off, sir.
controls the world.
I'm just saying, can I finish talking?
Because you keep saying that we work for politics. I follow the same.
I said nothing about you. I'm talking about Charlie.
Yes,
I don't know if you yes the balls we sick. If you yes the balls we sick, I'm not sick when a nigga gets sick. When he's sick by his fucking self. Okay, like goddamn, I'm speaking on what he asks. I stay on topic. I say nothing about this. Like that's it. That's it.
Country. Oh, okay.
Goddamn, I stay on topic. No, I never joined the fucking gang, so I don't need to belong. I don't need to feel loved and loved like I never felt love before. I don't need that shit. I have a strong stable family that I'm loved in. Hey, and yes, we are all fucking successful, and no, nobody begged for shit. But yes, we will point out some bullshit when it's bullshit. That's it. And no, you can't neutralize me by saying, "Oh, you begging it." Nobody begging and not doing anything is sitting on your motherfucking hands and not doing. I never got
Brother Wendell. I don't mean to cut you off, but I really want you to help us out. If you look at your phone, there's like a camera option. If you and an arrow next to it, it's going to give you an option for front view or rear view.
How you gonna come
okay. I thought he did that on purpose.
No. He said he didn't know how to switch it up earlier, so I'm just trying to help you out. If you do it, like there's a camera button next to the microphone button, and then you can press your front camera, and it should show your face.
No, I got a call. I did hit front right there. I got a call, and they took me out of here.
It's still showing you. There you go. There you go.
Thank you, brother.
No problem. Do your thing, bro. Back to where you were.
I'm not, and I'm just saying no, because he didn't have it. And for me to say, oh, the thing that he just said it because he wanted to make me so passionate that I'm gonna pick myself up and do.
Yeah,
I do that. I do that now as I speak. You know what I mean? Hey, and everybody and a lot of people that says that does nothing. Like, you know what I mean? I have a program and I teach gentlemen my craft. I teach them the field. I got young guys in the trade. Like, you know what I mean? So like, and even in Chicago, there are a ton of nonprofits that does things. And they say, oh man, like, no, this you don't see a bunch of workers. That work don't get televised. I mean, but that doesn't mean, like, even in Jersey City, you want to know how many nonprofits and grassroots that's trying. You can't.
I don't know. Come on,
you can't.
He said you wouldn't. It's not you personally. You got to stop taking things directly. He's speaking in generalities, brother. Like you internalizing this stuff. You got to relax just a little bit.
I'm saying that there are actions going on and happening that's trying to get to the root of the problem. And at the end of the day,
media won't cover it.
At the end of the day, gangs doing gang shit is gang shit. Like, I mean, like, you can't make me claim that as a citizen. When I was in the street, my thing was money. I wanted money. I don't want to have
money beefing. You can't get money beefing. Can't get money shooting each other. You can't get money if your block on fire. Knockers running through the shit.
Hold on, what I'm saying, brother. It's the broke ones doing it, by the way.
That hasn't changed. Thank you for saying what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Bro, I always got money. I was never like that. You feel me? I never liked to be outside.
Who's saying you are? Who's saying you are?
I'm not talking about.
He's talking to generals now.
Like, I'm talking. Like I said, I got a call. I was off, so I didn't hear a bunch of what y'all was saying.
Gotcha.
I just left my finger there to let you know I was still back in there, and it wasn't a black screen. That's all. You know what I mean? Like, I appreciate dialogue with all you gentlemen. Like, you know what I mean? Hey, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not of the mindset of we gotta leave this motherfucker. Everybody gotta agree. We're not gonna agree. We can agree to disagree on certain things,
Yeah,
and
but
it's
the
cool.
fundamental thing is that you shouldn't laugh at somebody when they die, bro. Get killed, get murdered like that. Like that was the whole premise of this thing. It's just like, sure, are people supposed to be laughing? Like I wouldn't laugh with nobody. Like, yo, I got enemies that have died. I got an inbox right now from somebody that I don't like, and he talked all this shit to me, and then he turned up dead. I didn't laugh at him. Why would I do that? That's
okay, Brother Floyd. That's you though.
That's
like I just said, just like I said, we can all agree that we're not gonna agree.
So I follow the principles of God. So if that's just me, that's how everybody should be.
Okay, well, I'm not
like that. Not everybody believes in your God either. Though.
I'm not God. I'm not God. So I'm not God. So I'm not gonna tell everybody what they should be.
It's only one God.
Not to an atheist. Not to an atheist. Not to an atheist. Not to an atheist. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Not everybody believes in what you believe.
You don't have to believe it though. It's
the
real.
reaction. No,
it's fine.
The reaction, does that has a lot to say? I mean, the reaction of the people of this situation with Kirk. Does that say a lot about America?
It says about
Black America.
Yes, it does. It says a lot
about Black America.
It's not even just about Black America.
About America. That's what I'm saying. About America.
It says something about America. It says something about who the people are. Like it shows who you are. Just like when they say, money doesn't make you. Money just amplifies who you are. This right here, it shows who you are fundamentally. All right, it's legal. It's legal for the people to say laugh, and it's legal for them to do all the bullshit, but it's not right. And that's just fundamental. That's Jesus. Ask yourself, would Jesus move would he like that? And if you don't believe it, you don't have to believe in it. But just ask yourself, knowing the history of that man, would he say?
I don't think that there's been. I don't know if I've seen any person I know. I don't know if they're devout Christians that are out there laughing at this.
It's not about that. It's nobody's. It's anybody who's. But you know what though? If you're laughing, just being a humanity, just having some type of decency, you shouldn't be laughing at or celebrating someone's death because they have a different ideology than you. It's not right. That's crazy. That's like someone killing you for you having your Black pride. Like that's crazy.
I do kind of agree with that one.
It is what it is.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not I'm not going to condemn somebody for exercising their right or whatever their moral beliefs.
It's not a right. It's not a right to kill.
But I don't agree with it.
You don't have a right to kill anybody.
No. Killing is no. Those are two separate things.
But if you but they do have a right to do it. They most definitely have a right to do that shit. Yeah. But it's not right. It's not cool. Yeah. It's like I wouldn't do that. Me as a person who I am, like I said, I follow
morally. Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that. Yeah, I wouldn't.
That's
do that.
all I ask.
I stay away from that by my.
All I ask, man.
On my own, I wouldn't do that.
It hurts, man. That's crazy. It's like
that's mainly what I wanted to as far the so-called celebration or the gotcha moment or is that we all going to leave this earth. We don't know how. We don't know when. No. So I think that I feel like to basically say I've seen so many negative things on YouTube and social media, whatever case may be. And to say this stuff about his family, about his children, about his kids, his wife and everything, I think that some of that stuff was wrong. I'm gonna keep it.
I think that people, but there's also a flip side to that as well. I've seen people go to the extreme when it comes to this as well. I've seen people put him next to pictures with Jesus.
Bro,
I've seen people martyr.
He's a martyr. He is a martyr. He's a martyr.
I've seen people martyr. Well, no, because technically, by the definition, he can't be a martyr. Because that's what I'm saying. By its definition, he's not a martyr. So if we want to just place this, you want to say that he's significant. Again, you want to say that it's significant. Well, you're fighting a war that a lot of people don't even understand is going on.
Exactly. That's the problem.
It is what it is.
It's the problem. Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah, we have multiple.
You don't even know
can't be a martyr in that war. You
can't
be a martyr in that war. That's what I'm saying. So
those that understand,
what I was saying, hold on, brother. You gotta let me cook just a little bit. What I'm saying is, I've seen pictures of him next to King. I don't think that that's cool. I've seen pictures next to.
He's the first. I've seen people. First political assassination since Dr. King.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. Who else was politically assassinated that for known political reasons? Nobody.
For known
They
political
almost
reasons?
they almost shot Trump. They almost killed Trump.
in
They didn't kill him.
in this country? Are you
In
talking
this-
about in
in-
this country? Because people have been.
I'm talking about in America. In America, that's what we're Americans. This is only my only concern. I'm only worried about America. I'm not worried about nowhere else. I'm talking about here.
All right.
He was standing next to him, and because he was the next one since Dr. King. He was with the Jesus part because Jesus just welcomed him home. What he's going to do to you when you come. You
No,
understand?
I'm looking at the comments of fanatics, and I think that that's the missing part of it. So you're doing the whole MAGA thing, and this wasn't about MAGA specifically, but I think what people are opposed to specifically.
Do you acknowledge what I just said? Though? Are you an atheist? So you're an atheist?
Well, me personally? Am I an atheist? No, I'm not an atheist.
So you believe in Jesus Christ? No, you don't.
I believe in Jesus Christ?
Don't. So that explains everything. You know, you need to talk.
No, you didn't let me answer.
Never answered.
I got to stop that, by the way. To give you some background, my name is Rashid Jamal. So I was raised in a Muslim household, half of my family, and then on the other side, I was raised as an apostolic Bible way, a strict Christian background. And we went directly off of the Bible. I studied for my degree in theology and when I was 14 years old through Bible Way. And that's in Cornerstone Church under the Honorable Bishop Grady Dale. So I have studied Bishop Grady Dale.
So woman?
Bishop Grady Dale is a male.
Grady Dale. I didn't hear. I sure heard Grady. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, and also my uncle Henry, who is bishop as well, and he was the bishop of Mount Sinai Church. I grew up in the church. So what I'm saying is my beliefs are irrelevant there. I don't speak on behalf of everybody else. When I saw that picture, I believe personally you don't put anyone. You don't. No, not at all. I'm just saying that I grew up with both Muslim principles and a Christian household. You got to stop throwing your.
I'm asking you. No. You said you grew up in a dual household. So if you didn't follow Jesus, obviously, my next thought would you be following?
Well, we were followers of the way in Yeshua and understand that Jesus also is a social construct. But that was actually reading the actual Bible.
That's crazy what you just said.
No, not if you're a theologian. You should talk to your more devout people.
It's not about
no. It's fine. Well,
I didn't have to go to school for that. I don't have to go to school. You can't go to school.
J wasn't invented. The word J, I mean the letter J wasn't invented until the 1500s.
I understand why you feel the way you feel.
His name was not that specifically. It's the same person if you want to believe that, but I was saying I was taught to look at it from a deeper perspective. But regardless of whatever it is that you believe, yes, I do believe in those morals. Yes, I do believe that God, that the Creator had a son and He brought him down here for the purposes of reconnecting him with man. You know what I mean? I do believe that He's God in the flesh, et cetera, and so forth, like you might believe, or any other devout Christian might believe as well. I do believe in morality. I do not believe that I get a chance to usurp someone else's view of the world because of my own views of the world. That's what I'm saying at the end of the day. So I do not think that it's moral. I do not think that it's right, but I do understand that they're human beings going through a human experience and they're just not at that level of development that I am at. I will not call it evil. I will not call it evil. I say it's a lack of understanding. No. And that's just me because I'm not going to cast judgment because when I say something's even, when I say something evil, the Bible even gives me the right to be able to cast certain things towards evil.
No, you don't follow Jesus though. You don't really understand.
Murder.
Whoa. All right.
No.
That's a whole other discussion.
So Floyd,
you can have that conversation.
You're talking.
Floyd, they can't just be.
I'd love to have the conversation with you.
Yeah. They just can't be ignorant. They can't be hurt. They can't be nothing. They just gotta be evil.
I want to.
That's what I'm saying.
You understand? I know. I recognize.
Specifically.
They are evil.
No,
those the ones that are perpetuating these things because of the way they live their lives.
What if they're just ignorant? What if they just don't have any understanding? What if they just hurt and in pain?
When you're born, all right, so that means that they have a mental issue.
Wait. Did Jesus ever call anyone did Jesus call any person evil, or did He describe their ways? You're talking about a person being evil, and I don't want to get into that,
person.
but I've never heard of that specific.
Yeah.
No,
because they know.
No, you're
because
talking about a person.
It's
You're saying the person
right,
is evil.
So my interpretation of
Not
evil
the
is maliciously doing bad.
That's an
That's my
act.
interpretation.
That's
of
an
evil.
act. That's not a
Maliciously.
being.
It's a
You're saying that the
mindset. It's a
person is
mindset
evil.
because it's a mindset. It's in there. It's in them. Some people just want to kill.
Right.
Everybody has evil in them.
Hold up. I know. No. I know people that's evil. I know niggas that just want to hurt you. Like, I know them niggas. Like, I know.
Killing and laughing not the same thing, sir.
My nigga.
Killing and laughing is not the same thing.
So evil
So you're
is
going
real.
from one extreme to the next all the time.
It's not the same thing.
Bro, it's
You're going
evil
from one
out here.
extreme to the next. Killing and laughing is not the same thing.
I have another question. I got another question, y'all. Not to cut you
I'm
off.
scared of
I was
you.
cooking and everything.
I know some evil niggas.
But I want to ask this other question. All right. I'm going to play this, and I want y'all opinion on this. What Charlie
I saw this. I'm not gonna like it. Go
Kirk
ahead.
was.
I saw this.
You
I saw it
that?
already.
I didn't see this.
So,
Yeah.
all right. So I'm going to play it, and I'll need y'all
Question.
opinion.
So, how many phases do you know?
Well, I'm not a woman, so enlighten me.
This is like
So
3.
there's 4 stages of the menstrual cycle. Okay, ovulation, follicular, I'm gonna go in order: menstruation, follicular, ovulation, and the luteal phase. During which of those phases can a woman be pregnant? When can she get pregnant? Which of those phases?
During ovulation.
And luteal, yes. So I already know the answer to this question.
Yeah.
So I know the answer to this question. Have you ever had a menstrual cycle before?
No.
Okay, great. So knowing that, and you just saying, I don't know the phases of the menstrual cycle, which I don't blame you for being, you don't have that. So then, knowing this, you don't know everything about the female reproductive system. How are you going to make legislation to hurt women and women's rights?
Are men allowed to have opinions on abortion?
You can have opinions on abortion, but what I'm saying is, how are these men going to create this legislation?
Got it. So, well, men are allowed to have opinion on moral matters too, right?
Right.
Got it. So if I was a male OBGYN, is it okay for that person to make issues of legislation?
Well, they're educated. They understand. They are educated on the female reproductive system, so they can.
So if I don't know everything intimately about the female reproductive system, sit down and shut up, you're a man.
No, that's not what I'm saying. You can have an opinion.
That's kind of what
It's
you're
all
saying.
right if you have an opinion. I'm saying it's not all right if you don't understand how the female reproductive system works.
Let's pop quiz. When does heartbeats begin for babies in utero?
Have you ever eaten an egg before? That's yes or no. Have you ever eaten an egg before?
Scrambled, yeah.
Okay, so would that be you scrambled a full chicken?
Well, hold on. You understand that it takes an egg to be fertilized?
Right. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But Your point,
So,
the whole
so,
point you're making
hold
is
on.
that
So,
a
but no.
baby...
Since we're doing pop quiz on like human development, so when exactly do heart waves begin in utero?
You know that, but you don't know the 4
Hold on, no,
cycles.
so tell me when heartbeat.
I don't know.
Okay, you don't know.
No.
So wait, hold on. So you're trying to say I know more about the woman reproductive system than you do?
I am a woman, so yes.
Yes. Okay. Well, but the point being is we could both go back and forth of like independent trivial facts when it comes to the woman's reproductive system. But here's something we all know, because God wrote this on the human heart of every individual, as it says in the book of Romans. We know deep down it's wrong to murder a baby.
You're not murdering a baby. It's not a baby.
Okay, well let's play this out. What is it then?
It is an embryo, which is not a baby.
Well, okay, so it's a fertilized embryo.
Correct, which is not a baby.
So at what point does it become a baby?
When it is born.
Oh.
I don't agree with abortions up to full-term abortions.
Well, hold on, but you said it becomes a baby when it's born.
Yes.
Then why would you have abortion limits before it's born? I thought it's just an embryo. So embryo rights?
No, the embryo rights aren't a
But
thing.
then where would you draw a line for abortion then, and why, and under what moral standard?
There are medical reasons not to have an abortion
No,
for
that's not the
full-term.
question. That's not
Yes,
the
it is.
question.
You just asked me why would I not have an abortion full-term for medical reasons.
Okay, so at 29 weeks, the baby is nearly fully developed, can recognize the mother's voice, has a heartbeat, has brain waves. Is it okay to abort that baby?
It's not okay, but you're going to say it's okay to have an abortion then Like, I don't understand what you're trying to say. It's not okay to have an abortion ever? How
Correct.
about like 3
Yes.
weeks in?
Correct. No abortion. Correct.
Why?
Well, because your life started at conception.
It did not, though. It did not.
Well, hold on. So let's play this out. So who are you as an individual? From your skin color to your eye color, like dislikes, from your temperament to your everything.
I am not an embryo. I'm.
We can't hear.
You are your DNA. Every one of your DNA cells, characteristics and attributes that we believe God individually curated for the rest of your life. That doesn't happen at 8 weeks or 10 weeks. It happens at conception.
What happens if you need a medical abortion? If the mother will die if she does not get an abortion?
So
what's your stance on
the
that?
The only place where medical abortion is necessary is before 20.
It's frozen again.
I had enough. By the way, yeah, I can hear you. I had enough.
We get the gist.
I just wanted to get y'all opinion on the gist of this video.
Anybody want to go first?
So go ahead, speak on it.
Well, for me, it isn't my fight. You know, I am a man. I didn't know that there were stages, so I just learned something out of that. And
okay.
And you know, I would prefer that I have a choice in my matters. But you know, that's as far as I got with it. But I have no dog in that fight. You know, I have no dog in that fight. I don't think nobody can control nobody's body. You know, and they say pro-life, but he's pro-life because he said he wants to save the baby at conception. Cool, you know, nobody ever's gonna say they want to kill a baby or kid or any of that. But then like I said already, he says that hey, we need some gun deaths. So how pro-life is he?
Are you still talking, Brother Wendell? Yeah, I don't, like I said, this was one of the things that were very easy for him to become a very popular person when it came to debate. This woman came with a "I got you" moment, but she couldn't defend her own argument, which is typical of people that age. And it was what it was. I guess really what she was trying to do is defend abortion and Roe v. Wade being repealed. And she was trying to make a point based off of that. I personally, that's not something I believe in. And I believe that I think that it's kind of biased for a female to have a right to something that men don't have a right to as well. So I can see where the argument comes from there, but I don't necessarily think that I have a right to chime in on it because it's not my thing. I just think that morally, it's not my thing. This was one of those topics I personally didn't like, but I don't like people going up and jumping on the mic and they can't defend their own argument. And he's become popular from being able to destroy 20-year-olds, you know, I mean, don't really have enough life experience or enough knowledge on a specific topic, you know what I mean, to speak on it. And that's how, and he did this a lot. No, I would not think that a 20-year-old kid has a lot of information.
Abortion.
I wouldn't think that a person that just because
they're being indoctrinated by their professors who have an agenda. So what I'm saying is abortion, with the whole abortion thing, there are some women that abuse it. Some women that just want to go and it's just like it's to a point where you just like morally wrong. You understand? Okay, you can do these things. You understand what I'm saying? And it's more money. Like everything is about money. It's like people they fail to realize. Like you're killing a kid now. You're paying the doctor to come and do it. Now you got a big bill. Like it's just that, and the fact that it's just wrong to kill a baby. You understand? I was made before I came here. I was who I am before I came to Earth. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know how God does his work cosmically. You understand? But I was who I was before I got here. And
again, if you have a sense of morality, and I respect that, but that's what I'm saying. Not everybody has my viewpoints. I don't condemn people for not thinking the way that I think.
And I wouldn't kill.
I started off by saying it's. Yeah, I don't think. Well, I'm not going back into that. But what I'm saying is because people are going crazy on that. But I'm not trying to usurp somebody else's vision of the world. That's what I was saying. So like it's just one of those tough things. But she went up there and asked that question. So whatever came out of that conversation was something that she agreed to have. So if he said anything that made her sound stupid or something like that, she put herself in that position for it.
The fact that you don't understand.
Alicia, being that you are the woman here, I think you heard some of that video. What's your take on that?
I didn't hear a lot of it.
Oh, you didn't hear none of it? It was about abortion.
No, I hear the end. It had got frozen, and then it played a little.
Yeah, it was about abortion.
But I sent you some. Can I just say something?
Okay,
real quick.
It's not on the topic, right?
I sent you a video on something we was discussing. Well, they was debating about when it was about the comment that Charlie Kirk. I sent it to you on Messenger when they was debating about him saying about the black men, he gonna ask for their credentials if they're flying the plane. Right. I sent you something, and I could understand the people. If you could, No, I'm saying if you could put it up and we all listen to it together. I just want them to hear it to the end. To the end.
We're not gonna watch to the end. We're gonna
so plain. I saw a nigga follow. I'm turning around like, nah, I can't see
the title real quick.
Because they caught the beginning of it, and they listened to all of it, and it was just crazy, the conversation about it, and it just shook me, and I was like, I want David to let them listen to what this man said, and where he's racist against black people.
I said about Soul Plane. I saw a black pilot. I'm turning around. I'm good.
No, but it was a concept behind what he was saying, because it was crazy. I'm like, wow, if they just listen to the end, maybe they
have context. You have, because that's what I'm saying. As soon as people get
there was a reason he made.
As soon as you hear something they don't like, they shut it off, and instead of like, damn,
they shut it off. If you listen to the end, it was something.
Be a big boy.
Boy, I was like, no, I wish it was up here, man. I wish it was up here. Because,
I actually did listen to
I'm not a talker. I'm a doer. You know what I mean?
See, you're intelligent. You just don't have certain. If you had certain knowledge about certain things, you will understand it. It's just you haven't connected certain dots.
I got the video. Let's check
I would agree to disagree.
That's it right there. Listen. It's not gonna go long. Okay. Listen to the end.
Just put it on real quick. I got you.
I'm muted.
Yes, sir.
Picking on kids.
This is always the issue. I throw out the hats, and then they get thrown back at me to sign them. So we got to figure this. I got to sign them ahead of time. Yes, sir.
How you doing, Charlie? Everybody good? That's good. Okay, I got my phone out. That's cool for you? Okay, cool. All right, so I'm going to quote you real quick. You said, if I see a black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified. Are you going to do that?
Yeah, I mean that is correct. Yeah,
that's correct. Okay, so can we both agree?
What was the context of what I said, though?
What was the context? I don't even want to get into DEI because your opinion on DEI, it doesn't really help it in this case. So
kids,
if the context between what you brought up was that you believe that
because they were being hired because they were black.
Okay, so can we both agree that every single pilot, whether black, white, whoever, has to go through FAA certification?
No, actually,
We can't?
new lawsuit shows that black pilots and female pilots have the standards being relaxed.
No,
for them.
sir. Can we agree at the time of February 29th or 2023 when you said it at the time? No?
No, actually, I said it. That's why you don't know the context. Is that new lawsuits were showing that they were relaxing the standards for air traffic control and pilots in order to meet the standards.
The context of that was diversity, equity, and inclusion. What does that have to do with hiring?
Everything. DEI definitionally is that we will hire more of a race versus a different race. So, for example, United Airlines said that they want 50% of their new pilots to either be women or black.
Okay.
Currently, just so you understand, it's like 8%. So they want to go from 8% to 50%.
Okay.
And every time DEI is implemented, every single time, the lowering of standards occurs. Every single time.
Lowering of standards?
Correct. So can I prove it to you? We both want excellence, right?
Okay.
If you and I said, hey, we want 50% of the new people going in the NBA are white.
Okay.
Would the NBA drop in its standard?
No.
No.
The National Basketball
Yeah,
League,
no. If
like
we said 50%, if we say by
50% of the NBA.
No, I'm telling him time out. Listen to the whole thing.
No.
Listen.
We're not going to listen to the whole
That
thing.
was the gist of it.
That's the gist of it.
No. I'm telling you, if you listen to the whole thing, you'll understand what this man was saying.
I heard this before. I listened to this a few times already. But I want him to speak to this. I think Rashid heard this as well.
So
I know my man heard this as well.
It's okay.
Yeah, so go ahead and speak.
You heard it? Or did you cut it off at the beginning?
No,
once you heard that.
No, I heard the entire thing. Plus, on top of the podcast that he first brought this up. So the first time that this was brought up was on his podcast. And when he made that comment, he did not provide any other explanation or whatsoever. So there was no feedback that went into it where he further explained it. This happens way later. By the way, this is not the first time that this conversation actually happened. He had this while talking with a guest, and he did come out and say exactly everything that he just said that he said, but there was no context that was actually given or derived from the earlier part of it. So in this context here, when it's being brought up, because the kid starts to say, hey, this is what you said, and when you said this, you said it was because this, and the third. Then he had enough, you know what I mean? Like he went and broke it down based off of the standard. Here's another thing though. As far as them not having to take FAA regulation testing, that's not accurate. As far as them having to meet an experience quota in order to be able to take the test is what the lawsuit did. So instead of you having to actually be able to, it's not that you didn't have to take the testing and had to be certified. You did have to be certified. You just didn't have to meet the requirements in order to get certified. That was the truth behind it. That's the truth behind it. So it wasn't just that. I'm just saying. But those points are very, very. So what we're saying is that a person is able to. You still have to take the certification to pass it in order to become a pilot. But you're saying that no, you don't have
other people's lives in your hand. Like you need to have every certification possible for you to fly an Airbus.
You have to get the certification still.
But
you still have to get the certification. What are you talking about?
Listen to me.
That's not lowering the standard. It's lowering the requirements. He said standard.
It's taking a requirement away. Well, all right. Well, but what I'm saying is, but
that's
taking
what I'm saying.
away
If I still have to take the certification,
so
I still have to be qualified to pass.
No, not to.
No. Listen. Listen. I just want to say this. I ain't gonna argue. I'm telling you, I'm not gonna argue your point of view.
It's taking the truth, and
it's
just
what's wrong with him saying what he said?
I want the best.
If he wants them to. Yeah, what's wrong with that?
The original context of the conversation, and what I'm saying, okay, I'm muted, so
I'm not. No, you're not. I'm gonna say this.
I listen to you.
Listen. Check this out. If I was a person going,
even she doesn't have enough context,
surgery, right? And I'm used to, if I'm going in surgery and I'm used to seeing this particular, these all black surgeons. All black surgeons. I'm used to seeing black surgeons. So I'm about to go get surgery. All right. And they tell me that Sorry, Dave Spring. Your doctor isn't here, but we have
Jim.
Bill. Will take care of you.
Bill, I want Bill.
Say to myself,
hold up.
Is he qualified? Yo, you sure this guy? Because I'm used to seeing this. And
that's interpreted from your own bias, though.
And then knowing what you
that would be interpreted from your own bias. That's bias.
You understand my point?
No, I respect it, but it's still bias. It doesn't change the fact that specifically is bias.
I know about niggas. The way pastors act, they was like, yo, bro, they supposed to be representatives of God, bro. And they be out here doing the worst shit that's possible. And I know this have to do with this. What I'm saying, I'm just saying, like, everybody's not always who they say that they are. Like, you can have a black, like, yo, bro, like I said, if I walked on a plane and I'm used to seeing white pilots that sat in school, nerdy dudes, you know?
No,
bro.
Guys. No,
if I see Raheem, hold up, wait a minute, what the fuck is, bruh, nah.
Still bias.
What's going on here? Yeah,
it
but
doesn't change the fact that it's bias.
You know what? That's bias.
That's all I'm saying. It's bias. That's the only thing I'm arguing.
You know what? All right,
is that it's bias.
All right, well, you know,
you both admitted two bias points.
Well, I'm biased against my life, and I'm biased against my kids' life.
brothers.
So you know what? Fuck it.
Can I say something?
Well, it would be biased based off of their skin, right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay.
Right. Because I know us. If we was perfect, I'll be like, you know what? I know us.
You made my point. Thank you.
No.
Thank you. Hey, it's bias based off of race.
David.
Hey, I catch the next one, bro.
David.
Next one.
Yeah.
I didn't even. I promise you, I wasn't even taking it as a race card or anything like that. I took it as if they Lauren,
Chinese pot, if I saw Chinese pot,
if they Lauren, listen, Rashid, Phil. I'm saying if they lowering the.
I know they nerds. I know the Chinese dude is nerds, so I feel more comfortable.
Why y'all won't listen to me?
I'm listening to you. He got to stop making me laugh.
Y'all
making me laugh. I'm trying.
Because she gave us this video, and we want to hear from Alicia. Go ahead, Alicia.
They did wrong, man. I tell you guys, but I didn't took it as he was using. He was just saying that if they lowering the standards and they trying to get 85%, what was it, 50% of more black from 8% to 50%. And then they was lowering the standards, you know, the credential or whatever to get that thing. Of course, I'm going to want to see their goddamn credentials. I want to see the shit up there. I'm in the air. What the fuck I really want to do that for? Are you serious?
I respect that.
No, I'm saying, but it's not a race card. They looking. I would want to see their credentials too.
That's
not the case.
Go ahead, Rashid. Break it down.
Yes, it was.
Again, you can't say that because you don't have enough context of what was happening in the first conversation. You only saw a snippet online.
But it's not about the first but maybe he didn't really explain.
Well, that was the entire premise of the young man's question. That's what I'm arguing. That was the entire premise of the young man's question. So you can't say that you don't need one without the other because it provides context. So I'm sorry, like that's just a moot point. What I'm saying is, even what he's, I know
Did
that was
you pull it up on your phone and let David play it?
No, but that's an entire podcast. It's an entire podcast, by the way. Like even Brother Flood knows what I'm talking. That's his podcast. So that's it. That we'd be watching that for an hour. But what I was saying, Brother Flood, no one hears you. You just going off. He gave me the time.
But at the end of the day, it's all excellence. He just wants to see the best of the best doing the job. That's all. It's not about black, white. It's not about that. But most white people are pilots. Niggas barely like to get wet. We don't even want to jump in the pool. Like, come on, bro. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So it's like, of course, especially
that's like saying that all football players.
50%, hold on, bro. From 8% to 50%, that's an astronomical change, bro. Especially when we're talking about big companies like that, that number is almost unheard of. So that means that they're just shoving people in. So that means that hold up, just let me finish. So that means that they're just shoving
I was talking actually.
All right,
I was talking.
Just listen to me, dude. Just listen to me. But that means that so that means that they're gonna just start shoving people in the door. And that means that So everybody's, you understand? They can't watch everything. So you understand? So they're going to lower the standard. They're going to lower the requirements just so black people or just so women or just so this one can get in there. That's crazy. I want the best of the best that has the qualifications to do the job, who's worked hard to get those qualifications. That's all I want.
I think y'all just like to hear
Black people, look at how
I
we thinking
really
now.
do.
Look how we thinking now.
Like my she cook.
You said it on loop. I heard what you said. You said it like 4 times in a row. So I'm with you. Not an issue. Here's the whole thing to your statement. It's like, oh, well, if it's the majority of quarterbacks were white, right? So if the majority of quarterbacks was white, it didn't mean that white people threw the football better and stuff like that. When we saw an expansion, no, it didn't. Actually, no, it didn't. And there's studies behind this, by the way, as well. You can look at it as well because hold on. Wait, you're not even talking. I'm just going to continue. He's muted. Thank you. So what we noticed wasn't the fact that that was the case. What was going on is a big thing that was happening in football is that when we had black quarterbacks, they were being pushed as running backs and everything else. You see what I'm saying? So the coaches were saying, you should do this instead. They were literally they were taking them and telling them that they didn't have the opportunity to be quarterbacks. And then that changed. And when that shift changed, we had an explosion of quarterbacks that are now, beating out records from long-standing quarterbacks that have literally changed the game from just being still in a pocket to running quarterbacks now. And that happened with everything else. And now the majority of the quarterbacks you've seen right now are explosive quarterbacks that are winning back-to-back championships, mainly because they have the opportunity now when they didn't have the opportunity before because that was taken away from them. Now, when it comes to this as being a standard, I think that it's a little bit irresponsible to take a regulatory requirement and to say that, oh, well, because they don't have to go through 5 years of, or they have to get an education in order for them to be able to do that. But we still will send them to flight school. And if they pass, they pass. And if they meet the qualifications to become certified, then they shouldn't get it. That's different. So what he was doing was he took a bit of the truth and he manipulated it to win an argument. That's what was happening. When he's talking about the lawsuit, it's not that you can be an uncertified pilot and just get hired without any certification or having to pass the FAA. That wasn't the case in that lawsuit. He took a bit of the regulatory requirement in that lawsuit and made an argument off of it. That was the whole point. It was disingenuous. And this is what I'm saying. It's very easy when you go and you debate children who can't go and speak these facts and rebuttal back and forth with you. But when he jumped in there with Dean Withers, hold on. When he jumped in there with Dean Withers and made the same exact point, he got annihilated. And he dodged Dean Withers for a year now off of the same talking points. And such was the case also about abortion with the young lady, even though I didn't agree with it. Did you get a chance to watch him actually debate an adult before? Because I have. His record is not good.
I watched him debate Ben Shapiro.
It's like me, that's like me and my wife debate. We're on the same team.
Actually,
I don't get that.
Actually, now he's a come on, bro. They're actually not on the same team.
No. Charlie Kirk did not step in. If he would have, then that would be different. Do not tell me that he stood out there in constant debate about the state of Israel and everything that they're doing, because that's never happened.
Bro,
that's never happened.
What I'm saying is, he had a
no. Did it happen? Yes or no?
He debated Ben Shapiro. But what I'm saying is, everything that he said,
he didn't come out the white and blue like that.
Everything is all grounded in biblical truth. At the end of the day, what he's saying,
what did the FAA certification have to do with that?
At the end of the day,
no. What did
his whole perspective?
Everything.
At the end of the day, his whole perspective is coming from biblical truth. That's his whole premise. So first of all, he's not.
Give me the biblical truth behind his comment about DEI.
You're not going to do that. What I'm saying is,
you're doing it. I'm asking you to give me, how do these things connect?
Okay, he's a principled person. Okay, it's nothing wrong with someone saying they want the best of the best, especially when they're flying. Like,
what does that have to do with any kind of biblical philosophy?
My life isn't, because it's just common. Jesus said, "Be kind, but don't be stupid." You understand?
Jesus never said that. Jesus never said that.
No, in a nutshell. In a nutshell, he never said that, but in a nutshell, be kind but don't be stupid. You understand what I'm saying? In a nutshell, everything he said was in biblical truth. It was aligned with biblical truth. So that means that he's actually telling the truth. You understand? Maybe if people interpret it a different way, then maybe that's the person. Maybe something.
No, I want to interpret it in biblical truth. Please tell me how DEI, what we just watched was the whole premise of what we just watched, without rearing off anywhere else. How is that grounded in biblical truth? That's all I'm asking.
Because DEI is giving people who aren't deserving of a position, and then on top of
what
that,
does that have to do with biblical truth?
On top of, because it's just because the Bible has principles. The Bible is the way you live. You understand? It gives you moral codes and standards to live by. You understand? And Jesus is the ultimate perfect person. He's the only person that was perfect. You understand? So if you follow Jesus, then obviously, I mean, if you don't follow him, if you follow him, you will understand this fact. I wouldn't have to explain it to you.
Father, why have thou forsaken me? He said that on the cross, right?
I guess that was the human side coming out.
Was that an explanation of doubt?
I guess that was the human side coming out. We're not perfect.
But the human side would make him imperfect?
Yes, but imperfect in that moment when you got fucking, you got your hands nailed to some fucking wood. Hold up, dude. You got your hands nailed to a damn cross. You're being crucified for telling the actual truth. You got
You're the one person in the history of the world that knows you're going to heaven. Jesus was the one person that had a confirmation that
what I'm saying
wait. Jesus didn't know he was going to heaven.
After Jesus died, he didn't go to
God
heaven.
He's God manifested in the flesh.
When he left for those 3 days, he went to Hades. You understand? To get the ones that was in Abraham's bosom, to bring them home. You understand? Yeah. The ones that had to stay there, stayed there. So there's nobody else, bro. It's a lot going on that you really don't have the knowledge about. It's like you don't want it.
You keep telling me the knowledge, but you can't answer the question.
What's the question? What does it have to do with DEI? It's like it's a principle. It's not about the actual DEI, because DEI didn't exist back then. Well, maybe did it in some other form that we don't have words for. But what I'm saying is the principle. I want the best of the best to do a job, especially when my life and my family's lives is in jeopardy. You understand? One wrong move, that plane can go down and everybody's dead. That's crazy. Why would I want to have somebody that's half-assed doing this job when I could have hired this motherfucker who got straight A's and fucking passed every certification with his eyes closed? Like, what the fuck?
So
like, it's
of the 8% of the 8% of black pilots, how many of them have crashed a plane?
I have no clue. That's something that I've never checked out. But what I'm saying is I've never, and I've flown a lot. I've never seen a black pilot.
Zero.
I've flown a lot. I've never and I've never seen. All right, Michael Vick, and that's an anomaly. Michael Vick was an anomaly. He was a black quarterback. Michael Vick. Black people just better at running and juking. Fucking Troy Aikman couldn't do what Emmitt Smith did, right or wrong. You understand? Everybody has their place.
There weren't black quarterbacks.
How would Emmitt Smith?
He was an anomaly.
My nigga. So could John Paxton do? So could John Paxton do what Michael Jordan did? No, he couldn't, because John Paxton had his. That's what he was built for. That was his lane. Everybody's in their lane. Black people was better at certain things, and it's statistically proven. We're better at dancing than white people. We're better at seasoning food better than white people.
And then
hold up, bro. We were strong enough to be in the cotton fields. They saw the niggas. They saw all the niggas. That's what happened. They saw the niggas in Africa and said, "Look at the motherfuckers. They look strong. We need to go grab them niggas." You understand? They sent the Arabs to go pick us up and around the world. The white people did. They set the business deal up.
Go back and forth.
Hold up, bro, because it's like
back and forth requires back and forth. Because you keep jumping past topics, I can't go back to the topic.
You can't because everything.
I have to double rewind because you don't stay on topic.
Everything is correlated.
You said Michael Vick was an anomaly. You said Michael Vick was an anomaly.
He was.
Okay.
He was.
All right. Russell Wilson, Lamar Jackson, Steve McNair, Ronald Coleman, Warren Moon, Bryce Young, J.J. Jones, Kyler Murray,
Donovan
McNabb,
Cam
Newton.
All anomalies.
No. All of these are black quarterbacks in the last 20.
So which one of them could do what Emmitt Smith does? None of them.
Hold on.
Like
They're not anomalies. All of these are black quarterbacks in the last 20 years because
they were smart enough to be
before the last
quarterback is the leader.
Before they were not giving the opportunity to lead teams
because they didn't have to.
They were pushing different.
Because you know what? Because they had somebody better. They had somebody who was better that was seated for that. We don't have time to test and see. We got stockholders to pay. We don't have time. This is a business. We ain't got time to try people out. We got to we have to get it done today. We have to make sure this has to be the one, or I'm getting fired. You understand? We don't have time to say, oh, we're going to give them an opportunity. No, this is business. It's not.
There were 46 black, 46 black quarterbacks in the last 20 years.
And
by the way, since they started, no, that's because of DEI. Next.
They were the best.
No, that's because of DEI. Rashid, love. Rashid.
Right, DI is wrong.
I'm listening to you. I'm here.
I want the best of the best. That's it. I want the best of the best.
You said I just researched what you just asked. You said how many black men have crashed the plane? You said 0.
Yeah, 0 black men have crashed commercial flights in this country.
In this country.
Now you adding it.
Because no, we're talking about this country. You gave me an 8% figure for pilots here. Yes or no?
You
was
said
that not what Charlie Kirk was saying?
The semantics are crazy.
No, that's not semantics. That's exactly what was said.
But exactly you said no, though, right? In this country, right?
At the end of the day, there's nothing wrong. It's nothing wrong with wanting the best of the best.
I'm reading
like affirmative
that
action.
it has been Afro-Americans that crashed the plane, and one was in South Carolina. In 2008.
And what flight? What was the flight?
It's a Learjet 60.
Okay, so it wasn't a commercial flight.
It's a Learjet. That means it was rich people on board.
That's what I'm saying. Worse. It was not a commercial flight.
It's even worse. It wasn't a Learjet. It's commercial flight.
It is commercial. It says it's more.
It is commercial.
I'm not going to argue.
No, I'm not arguing. I'm saying just give me an example where it's not. Oh, it's a private plane.
A private plane is still a commercial plane, dude.
No, it's not.
Bro.
When we're talking about DEI, we're talking about
it's as a pilot. It's all around. Dude, a person that flies a 747 can definitely fly a Learjet. It doesn't matter.
It's not whether or not they can. That the DEI initiatives were for Delta, for American Airlines. It's not for private.
And I would not have
one of us can go fly, and any one of us can get a license and fly. And if I crash it, that has nothing to do with these DEI initiatives.
Yeah, but what DEI is just like affirmative action. We're going to put somebody. Would you rather have somebody that's studied, somebody that has straight A's, somebody that's passed every certification, or would you have somebody that's half-fasted and that you know what's going on, and they might be okay, they might not, or they might make a mistake? No, you're going to go with the person that you know for a fact has passed the qualifications. That's what we're saying about DEI. It's not about, black people. It's just like black people are the ones that just really aren't doing shit all the time. That's what I'm saying. It's like more white people, more Chinese people are doctors, more white people are pilots. Hold up.
You got to get out of the hood, bro.
Because no, it's just the truth.
You got to get out of the hood, bro.
That's
not my. I'm around black excellence.
What is being bro? My mother and father was black excellence. You understand what I'm saying? So I understand what it is. Bro, in my young 20s, I ran around with Jim Jones, Joel Santana, Cam Rock. I was hanging around millionaires.
None of them are black excellent, by the way.
What I'm trying to tell you, you're a millionaire.
Your parents, yes.
Hold up.
Your parents, yes.
As far as business and becoming a millionaire and doing things
Alicia,
great.
I'm still waiting for the next one.
You cannot mention hip-hop without mentioning Dipset. You can't. Period. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. All I'm saying is black excellence. My parents was black excellence. It's not about being in the hood. I've been exposed to all this shit. I had Joel's fucking Phantom through Jersey City. Bro, I used to go, bro, come on, bro. We used to fly everywhere. I used to go dice on Learjets. That's how I got more money than because they would least hold up, because it would be a share plan. Hold up, bro. It's commercial. Yeah. They would have a share plan with people. They'll put money in, and everybody has the plane for a certain amount of time. You understand what I'm saying? That's what that is. That's commercial. That's people paying for stuff. You understand what I'm saying? You rent that out. Some people do buy the
Okay.
planes, but more than usual, people that are on those Lear jets, they're all in a share with other people.
I was talking.
they don't just own it
DEI
outright,
is directly in this regards. DEI is speaking specifically to commercial airlines. Queen,
It's
you
wrong.
said you had another one.
Yeah. No, it
Oh,
says yes, listen. It says yes, black pilots have been involved in aircraft incidents.
Yes, I'm sure of that's the case. I was talking about in regards to DEI for.
I just looked it up because you said no.
DEI is bad. At the end of the day, I want the best of the best. I'm not going to argue about that no more.
No,
DEI is wrong. No. I want the best of the best. And anything if anything that has to deal with my life, or somebody can possibly kill me, or I can possibly die. And that's one of my worst fears, is crashing in a plane. Bro, I'm not going to go with somebody that just might be okay. I want the best of the best that they know, that the FAA knows is the best flying. I don't want to have Rashawn or Raheem. Hell no.
He was about to say Rashid. You see what he said? He was doing.
Did you see Soul? Wait a minute. Did you see Soul Plane?
Bro.
Did you see the movie Soul Plane? Come on, bro. Get man.
I personally, I did watch snippets of it because people kept referencing. I hate Soul Plane.
Hey,
that's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm not going on Soul Plane.
I don't like black exploitation shows.
Bro, I'm not taking that shit, bro. I love Black Diner. But listen, I'm not going in that plane.
All right, y'all.
Anything all black, I don't want nothing to do with it.
And then I'm gone. Like that video I had told him to put up, he did make a racist comment about the white people though. In that video, at the end, towards the end,
all the same.
It wasn't racist, but he said that black people play better basketball than white people.
He went in a lot of people. Yeah.
He went at everybody. He went at everybody. Everybody that was a fuck up out there, he went at. Period.
Yeah,
That's it.
So
That's it. It was all biblical
for chiming in tonight.
Yeah,
I
man.
appreciate you guys.
Ooh, that was a long one.
Like he is
and I just wanted to let
exhausted.
y'all cook. This is the
I'm
first
happy to
time
be
I
here, bro.
actually did a panel of people, man, and I appreciate y'all.
Bro, let's plug. I get your info, bro.
Yes, sir. We're gonna do that, man. We're gonna definitely do that.
I appreciate
y'all some debating behinds.
Great conversation. Great conversation. I appreciate
y'all be debating. Conversations is quiet, you know, like but y'all be debating. Y'all
appreciate
y'all release
the debate. And eventually, I'll make sure I have you guys on again for next topics, man. I appreciate y'all chiming in, man. So y'all gonna be my great debaters on other topics.
Yeah. We like you like the new Piers. You gonna be the new Piers Morgan. You know what I'm saying? Could be like shut it.
No, David. Let me say this. No, somebody gonna want to put them on their podcast. Somebody else gonna want to put them on their podcast because they love to debate.
Have a good night, man. All right.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Have a good one. All right.
Good night.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
How I get off of here?
You're welcome.
I don't want to leave it open. How come I can't leave?
Peace. Well, there you have it. Again, that was one of the first podcasts I've done. Hopefully we will get better at it. And I appreciate those perspectives, those mind tests that was here. For all those that came on, man, thank you so much. And I'll chop that up in a few ways and push it out. So sometimes once you have debates or conversations amongst a few people, you're going to get different perspectives. You're going to get a little feelings involved. You're going to get, emotions up. You're going to get triggers. So it's a good thing though, because we're talking about it. You know what I mean? Just like Wendell said, he learned some things tonight. I've learned some things tonight. I think we all learned something tonight. So let's look forward to more conversations regarding, this particular podcast. You can speak your mind, man. Speak your mind. You can speak your minds when it comes to being on this platform. Speak your mind. All right. Much love and respect. It's almost 1 o'clock. Much love and respect. Thank you, man, for y'all, for those who chimed in and who will watch it later. You know what I mean? There was a lot of in and outs on the sound and everything, but we getting better. All right, ride out with me, y'all. Much love and respect. Peace and blessings.